Oh man, what is up? What is up?
Hello.
Happy Sunday, fam. Happy Sunday.
Welcome to the Sunday Sip.
Where it is Sunday,
And we sip.
I go by the name of Terry.
I'm Addy, and welcome.
Yeah, man, if this is your first time here, we want to say, one, welcome to the family. This is where we talk a little bit about cruising and life and just whatever comes up here on the Sunday Sip from the sippers, as they have so called themselves.
Yes.
And before we get into today's conversation, because it is a big one, a huge, and it's going to take a little bit because it's a big,
iconic conversation.
Addie's got a couple of housekeeping things for you. Go ahead, eh?
I gotcha. First, if you are new, like Terry said, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are watching from across the seas, across the pond, across the wherever you are, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're watching from a ship, even better. Thank you for tuning in on your vacation. If you are crew, mwah, kisses to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, man.
If you have a question, please put the Q colon or the word question before it down in the comments for us. That way we are able to see it better and make sure that we get it answered for you, because if we don't know it, one of the sippers most likely will.
Yeah, man. Just like that. We got a lot to cover today. And before we get into it, because I know you
I
guys
forgot that homework.
have a lot of questions about this past week. You've seen all of the videos by now, and there are going to be tons and tons and tons of videos. But I want to start this entire conversation off so that everybody understands. Over the next couple of days, weeks, months, you're going to see a plethora of videos from various creators all across the world talking about the icon of the seas. And we're even going to drop some videos, but we wanted to take a different approach on this trip because we wanted to be able to give you our honest, truthful opinion on what we think the icon of the seas is all about and how it will matter to you and your hard-earned money. So for us, Icon was about 60% vacation and just being normal people, 40% content creators. So we decided to not pull our cameras out every single second trying to capture every single thing.
I'll say it was actually more 70-30.
We wanted it to be more about the actual reaction to the ship, not the ship itself, if that kind of makes it sense, because everybody's showing the ship, they're showing the drinks, they're showing the food, they're showing all this. We wanted to give you our honest opinion. So if you have questions from any of the stuff that you've already seen, things that you want to know about the ship, make sure you go ahead and put Q colon down in the comment section below. Ask those questions, and I hope you bought your own bottle to sip on, because this is going to be a doozy. So let's start at the very beginning. Day one, last Saturday.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
When we got to the port, it was not what I expected.
Not
That'll
what we
probably
expected.
be the first time you'll hear me say that
It was not what we expected.
There literally weren't any lines.
No lines.
To get in. Like, I was expecting to drive up and see
be
people
waiting
in
and
line,
waiting
to get
and
inside.
waiting.
And there was absolutely none
Nada.
of that. We literally just kind of walked in. What you think, eh?
I think it took all of 5 minutes to board. Once they checked our little boarding pass on the app, we were walking on the ship. They literally checked our boarding pass, checked our passports, and we were walking on the ship. It was that simple.
Yeah, it was. That in itself was astounding. And just to kind of clarify it, we thought it was going to be the opposite when we disembarked on yesterday, and
Yeah.
it wasn't.
It was probably one of our fastest debarkations we've ever done as well, because we were expecting the lines. And mind you, we didn't get off like right out, like jumping out the gate, because we didn't have to. Mind you, they do have a shorter window of getting off the ship. There is no sleeping in, because that's a big ship and they got to get everybody off by what was it, 8:45 was the latest.
Yeah, by 8:45.
So, but we didn't leave our cabin till 8.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could have gotten off as soon as we boarded at 6. I mean, as soon as we docked at 6:30. Customs was clear and everything was clear at 6:30. So if you wanted to leave that early, you could. But we didn't leave until 8 o'clock, and it was easy breezy. There was no line. We were able to get an elevator still quick. Elevator to the main deck 5 for debarkation, down the escalator, off the ship.
Yeah, it was simply just like that. But the first impressions when you go into the Icon is all that. The first thing that caught my attention as you get ready to walk through the entryway was the outside area. There's an outside seating area that you walk by. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yo, that's going to be like one of the just chill out spots.
Yep.
And it was for some people on the board. But as soon as you walk in and you actually see the pearl, you just kind of...
You're stunned.
And you look at how massive it is at just that point in the ship.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, I just came from outside and saw how massive this was. And this is just a little area.
Yes. It's the main part of the promenade, and it's huge. Okay, so if you go back and you watch our Wonder series, or if you've ever seen the Wonder and the Oasis class, promenade, the main area, the promenade is huge. It's not like a little hallway. Icon said, I'm going to be wider. I'm going to have more space. I'm going to be clear. But I'm also going to have artwork and bars and food. And
yeah.
So the pearl catches you as soon as you walk in. There is no denying you're going to see the pearl. And it's ginormous. And it's so cool. And every time you see it when you're walking past, you're still like, dang, that's so cool.
So when you get into the promenade, and the one thing that really got my attention that I really think they really paid attention to was on other ships, you can't walk around in a complete circle
in the promenade.
Right. You either get to a point, you hit a wall, or you got to go down some stairs, or you got to go out. You could literally walk around the entirety on the second level.
Deck 6.
Of the promenade, and the flow was just amazing. So some of the items that you're going to find on deck 6 in the promenade, as soon as you walk in, like I say, the very first thing you're going to see is the pearl. Immediately to your left is one of the most exciting bars, in my opinion, that I think we saw while we were on board. And we're going to get into that when we get into the bars a little bit later. Was the 1400 bar. It's one of their new bars, and it was a smash out success. To the right, as you come in, you've got your Starbucks. Really classy, really nice Starbucks.
It's a huge Starbucks. If you're a Starbucks fan, it's a huge Starbucks.
Immediately forward and to the right of the Pearl, you had the Royal Shops. So you can get your T-shirts and your merch and your ships and everything. And then they just had this huge kiosk of just ships. You know how sometimes you go on and you want to get the collectible ship, and by the time you decide to go get it, it's gone. I think they had 1 million ships just on board.
They wanted to make sure you were able to get your inaugural collector ship.
No, yeah,
the ship model.
Also on deck 6 was another happening spot. The minute we got on, it was already jumping, and that was the karaoke.
Spotlight karaoke.
Karaoke. That's also to the right. It was jumping and inside.
And jumped all ship.
Man, the whole
all
time.
Sailing.
Whole time. And the bar in there, as you're walking by, you kind of have to look off and to the right, but you see the bar, and it was amazing.
We'll talk about that bar later.
And then coming around the bend.
Sorrento.
Huge Sorrentos. Humongous Sorrentos. Which was also busy. And then you've got some of the perfumes and different things like that in the right-hand corner. Now, going back the opposite way on deck 6, you had the Pub and Feathers.
Point and Feather.
Point and Feathers. Yeah, forgive me. I'm probably going to get a couple of those things wrong. Point and Feathers.
Point and Feather.
Across from that, you had
Guest
guest services, and then you had like the little bitty shop for miscellaneous and alcohol and a couple of other things. And that's just the sixth level. That's not even the second level.
That's deck 5.
Right there on the promenade.
Yeah.
And when you go up, you've got Boleros.
Oh, yeah.
And
Boleros,
the Schooner Bar.
The Schooner on the opposite sides of each other.
You've got Giovanni's, which is right next to the Schooner Bar.
Which is gorgeous. And for the first time, they have their own bar in the restaurant.
Which was kind of cool. So you could just go sit out at the bar and overlook the promenade.
And it had snacks. So if you didn't have a reservation at Giovanni's, but you wanted a light snack, you could go to the bar and order a la carte. It was extra pay, of course, because it is specialty dining. But you could order pizza or bites and things like that along with a cocktail.
Right. And then, of course, the Pearl Cafe. Was the hot spot. Even though it was kind of like a hodgepodge of a coffee, what you would think of a coffee spot. Even though Starbucks was one
right downstairs
lower and across. A lot of people were doing work in that area. That's where you were going to get your morning coffees and snacks and.
They had some killer-looking breakfast sandwiches, y'all.
And it was one of the places that were open late.
24 hours.
So you could definitely go find something to eat there. But as soon as we got on, of course, we went to our cabin, which we just had a regular
good old-fashioned balcony
cabin,
ocean view,
which was super nice.
Yes,
super nice. Can't even front. We got that video coming out here real soon, and then from there, we just kind of started roaming around. And when
we didn't even get to roam very far.
No,
we got stuck at the 1400 bar.
Yeah.
With our great friends.
Yeah, which just happened to chime in right now.
Right.
Inside the sip. Shout out to Lynette and Stanley with Life With Us TV saying what's up, everybody.
And Damien and Quanda.
And D&Q. Yeah, Damien and Quanda in the house as well. So we posted up at 1400. We were just going to try the cocktail and wound up being there for quite a few hours, just having some great conversations and good things going on.
General goofiness.
We got to dinner later that night.
We all had dinner together.
And then we went to the first show, which was the Wizard of Oz. However, there was a little snag with that.
Yes. The first snag of the cruise was the first production show of Wizard of Oz. And the crew was ready, the cast was ready, everything was ready except the computer.
Yeah. But they played it off really, really well.
They played it off really smooth.
They were quick on the feet.
Yes.
They were just kind of like, well, you know what? We got you guys here. The computer we just couldn't reboot it. And I was like, should have got an Apple. Just being funny. But what they did was they had like a small mini cabaret. So they had all of the key characters come out
and sing a song
and perform their main song for their character. They had to
show off their costumes because they were already ready for the show. They just weren't able to perform.
And had the cast come out and perform a number or two. And then they rescheduled that performance for the last C Day. And by the time we got to see it, everybody that had actually gotten a chance to see the show live was just like,
gosh, the show is amazing. Did you see it? And we're like, no.
Yeah. So that was that.
There's that. As you can tell, we're wearing some hats every single day. Coco is upset that he didn't get a hat.
Nope.
Coco! Shush.
Hey, bro.
He's upset he didn't get a hat.
Yeah, he didn't get a hat.
Okay, but he doesn't want me to talk. I think that's what it is.
No.
Every single day, we got an inaugural gift.
Mm-hmm.
This was waiting for us when we got into our cabin. And depending on how many people were in your cabin, that's how many you received. So we got 2 hats. And they were multicolored to match the ship because they were all the ship's colors. The next day.
Oh, I didn't know you were just going to go through all of them now?
Yeah, might as well. I didn't open it. Sorry for all the noise. We got a cool fanny pack that's waterproof for our phones. Mine was pink because I told Terry to give me all the matching stuff.
Well, I had a pink. Mine is pink too.
Yours pink too? Okay.
Yeah, I had a pink one too.
And then the next day was it the journal?
Yeah, the next day was the journal.
We got the cute little journal. Isn't that cute? Very, very good idea. So you can write down stuff, what your favorites are on the ship, and all that good stuff. And then the very next day, Terry about lost his mind, y'all, because of the gift that they left for us.
Right. Yeah. So
and mind you,
when we get to the point of do we think that it was worth it?
every cabin got one of these.
So this by far has been the absolute best inaugural gift that we have received on board. When we came into the cabin, we were like, Icon of the Seas, Empire Supper Club. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, no.
I was like, what the hell is that? But
they couldn't have done that. So when I went over to see it, I opened it up. And of course, for me, it was the perfect gift. It is a travel bar set.
You can lay it down.
Well, I didn't want anything to fall out.
Yeah, that's why I said lay it down.
Well, I can't see it if I lay it down. They got unbutton that. But it was a travel bar set where you have your tools,
stoppers,
ice grabber, stirs,
a
jigger,
little teeny tiny jigger.
And of course, you actually have the shaker on the inside. So whenever we travel now,
we are supplied.
We can make our cocktails. Boom.
We are ready to go.
Shout out to Royal Caribbean for this. Can you imagine how much this costs?
Right?
For everybody that was on board.
And for those of you that don't know, Empire Supper Club is one of the only new restaurants on board. It is a supper club style where they have it is like a, what is it, 7-course, 6-course?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a course meal prefix with paired cocktails set in this whole speakeasy not laid back, but speakeasy vibe. So it's very, very cool. So this gift blew our minds. Last gift was luggage tags. They said, "Woo, we're gonna get you," and then we're gonna calm you back down with just a simple luggage tag. But every day we received a gift, so we were very, very thankful to Royal for going all out for every day, because they could have just done one big gift.
Yeah.
And then that was it. But every single day we got a gift.
Yeah, we've been on an inaugural where they didn't give any gifts.
Oh, the very, very first gift, along with the...
Oh, yeah, we forgot about...
With the hats, we also got...
the water bottles.
The water bottle, which is very, very cool.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Boom.
And all of the stuff that we have is not available in the store. So so we are special.
There were like people throwing stuff up on like
eBay
and stuff, selling it for like $200. I'm like, yo, let me get paid today.
Right.
So yeah, but those were the gifts. Shout out to Royal Caribbean for definitely giving the inaugural gifts. I don't know if that's going to happen over the course of the month or how they're going to do it.
We were special because we...
But yeah, man, shout out to them for the gifts. Let's see if we got a couple of questions from people so far. Shout out first off to DT Cruiser in the house, coming in at the very beginning.
Thank you.
With that super chat. And as soon as I can find my dollars, I'm going to drop some dollars on them. Let's see. He says, welcome back, Addy and Terry. So looking forward to your thoughts on the Icon of the Seas. Oh, we've got a bunch, and we're just going to try to go neighborhood to neighborhood, area to area. If you've seen some of the other ship tours out there, you've noticed that some of them are about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours long.
That's that big.
That's about how long it takes to get around that ship. John H. comes in with a question. Okay, Terry. Oh, this one I guess is for me.
It's specific.
For 1 year, you've been saying how expensive the Icon was. Now that you have experienced it, was it worth it? Thanks in advance.
We have a whole video coming up.
So, let's just say here, do I think that it was worth it? I'm going to say that Royal Caribbean did an amazing job at building an amazing ship for a multitude of people. The part that I did not like were some of the little nitpicky nickel and diming things that they did to add on to the cost of the cruise, and I'll get into that. But overall, I would say it's worth it, but it would also be worth it if it was a little bit more cost friendly. But after being on board and being nerdy and going into like my job, just the music licensing alone and how much they actually had to pay to license the Wizard of Oz and all the gifts and all the little bitty things, I understand why the cost is the way it is and why it will be that way for quite some time. That's a hell of a ship to pay for, but it is worth your dollars if you have them. But with that being said, I'm not telling anybody to go out there and go in debt to go on the Icon. It can wait.
There is no rush.
No, but if you have it, it will be worth it. It was hard pressed to find something that could be wrong. Let's see. G Fox, where's my mouse? There it is. Says, happy Sunday sip, everybody. Question, what about the Icon surprised you?
Lots.
Yeah.
The fact that there is seating everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
There's so many spots that on this ship, and there's little nooks and crannies that if you don't take the time out to explore the entire area, and we didn't even get to do that on most decks. So if you don't get out and actually explore every single area on that ship, you're going to miss something, because there's deck chairs and loungers on everywhere.
Yeah.
There's plenty of places to relax. There's plenty of places to just chill or to hang out with some friends without disturbing other people. So there's the amount of space and the fact that you know that you're on a giant ship.
Yeah.
But it never feels like you're on a giant ship.
No, they worked out the layout perfectly.
Very well. Very, very well.
So to put it into perspective, if you're wondering what is the Icon, so imagine this, especially if you are a fan of Royal and you've sailed on a multitude of their different cruise ships. It is a mixture of the Oasis class, I always forget the name of
Quantum class.
The Quantum class. It has elements of Edge class on board.
From Celebrity.
As well as you could see little bitty hints from Virgin.
And Norwegian.
And
MSC.
So basically, I believe that they just took their time. They went and they found the absolute best of their products, other people's products, to include the island. We ain't even got into that. And put it all together.
And said,
and they did it so phenomenally well. I can't.
We were looking for bad things.
We couldn't find anything,
but we really couldn't find except one.
So shout out to
Royal
and their planning team for what they did,
because they studied and took their time to build a ship that literally has something for everyone.
Yeah, man. 8 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. That's the ship.
8 months to 80.
I'm just saying. Let's see. Gina's World has a question. She says, did anyone try the Crown's Edge? And I'm assuming when she says anyone. Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you, Elaine, for that super chat.
We're going to drop some dollars on you. Thank you. Did anyone try the Crown's Edge?
Yes. I told you that was the main thing I wanted to do.
This one right here.
And it was amazing.
This one right here.
I will be posting the video because the video is included in the cost of doing Crown's Edge. It is a cost. It's not free.
No.
It is not the cost that I thought it was.
Well, tell them what the cost was.
Because I thought it was like $19. It is not $19.
No. Yeah.
It is
No, I know that wasn't my
It is not $19.
check account says otherwise.
It is $39 on a port day, $49 at sea. So depending on when you make your appointment and if it's safe and all that stuff and they don't end up canceling you, then that's the cost. But in that cost is all the security and as well as the video that you get.
Yeah. And the video itself
It's cool.
is a good keepsake.
Yes. I'll be posting it on Instagram and as a story. So
Yeah.
not a story, real.
Sister Elaine says,
Get ready.
Auntie says that was an expensive trip. Get ready for the next trip. So Auntie want to help for more content and sips. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
That's
much
so
for
sweet.
that.
I know
Don't
we
forget-
had a lot more questions in there.
Yeah, I was trying to get through some of them. If you see one, then,
Okay.
go ahead and do it up.
But yes, so far the ship was amazing.
All right, so let's start from the top and work our way down to the bottom. Let's go neighborhood by neighborhood. Where do you want to start? Let's start at the adults area,
The Hideaway.
the Hideaway.
We spent a lot of time there.
We most certainly did. The Hideaway was originally going to be the family area.
One of the family friendly areas.
And I'm so happy that they decided not to do that because it was actually the perfect spot.
Yes.
Now, to get in the Hideaway, you had to be 18 plus.
Yep.
As soon as you turn the corner, you're greeted with these two humongous hot tubs.
Yes.
That were always full, no matter what time of the day or night we went up there. They were always full.
Yep.
And then you go down the
You can either go right or left. So right hand side.
Yeah, right-hand side.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Right hand side was the loungers for the Hideaway area, and they basically overlooked the wake of the ship, and it was absolutely beautiful. I'll say one of the things that we found wrong with this area is there's not enough shade in this area. And there's like no shade for the daybed loungers that are for additional cost over there, because you go down some stairs and there's all the first come first serve loungers, and then at the very bottom of that area there's some day beds that are available for purchase or rental on sea days or port days, and it can vary from $200 to $600 with no shade.
Yeah, let's talk about that. And that's where I was talking about earlier, where I think Royal should not be doing the little nickel and diming.
But it's Royal.
I for the amount of money you paid for those beds right up against the glass, there is no shade at all. And
What they consider shade is not shade.
no, there was no shade. There was literally no shade. I don't want people to go and be like, oh, that's going to be a dope area to hang out with my friends and have some drinks, and just know
It is.
as it gets into the year and you
It's
start
gonna
hitting
get
up
hot.
the Caribbean, it's going to be hot out there.
Wear some sunscreen because it's going to be hot.
So,
But continuing on down, so if you go that way, you can from the bottom go around and get to the pool. Or from the very top at the entrance, you can go left and go down the stairs and get to the pool. And that pool is its own little sexy vibe. Period, point blank. It's the infinity pool it's suspended in the air. So when you're in the pool, you get to see the wake, and you get to, if you're really courageous, you can look over the edge and see Surfside down below, which is another neighborhood. And then on the other side of the pool is the bar. And the bar has its own sexy, different type of seating that's perfect for groups of friends to sit up and chit-chat and all kinds of things. This bar gives you Las Vegas / Ibiza vibes. What'd you say?
it was like one big spring break area for kids.
But for adults.
Now that Addy has given you the glitz and glam, and this is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I'm gonna be real. It's kind of like the comedian said.
It's a lobster tank.
No, he didn't say it was a lobster tank. He said it looked like a bunch of folks in there in a jar of pig's feet.
Oh, he said.
Because once you get everybody in there, the water does start to turn murky. And
Thank you for your subscription.
when I tell you,
He said,
I have never felt so confident as a bigger guy than I did on the
Right.
Icon. Because everybody
They gave zero cares.
They were letting it all hang out, and I felt like, you know what, I can finally take off my shirt and just let it hang, because I ain't got there yet. But with that being said, yes, it gives you adult spring break vibes, because it's
not quiet.
You got the four to the floor going from the DJ area, and then you got everybody kind of piled in together. But again, here we go with the beds and the
pool beds.
The added cost for the pool beds. And
yeah,
I think
there's
that
3.
was just. I don't agree with that. I think that you've paid enough to get on board, and if you get to the bed, you just get to the bed.
That's never going to happen, because no one would leave that bed.
I don't know, man. I think there's going to be enough people. I think people may actually start. I think it's cool now because it's new, but eventually people are going to be like, man, why I got to pay $500 to lay on a bed in the water?
Because people will.
I need to go hang out with them, because they apparently got more coins than I can let out.
But the Hideaway is a vibe.
Yeah.
It's not
definitely a vibe.
It's one of 2 adult-only areas. If you are looking for quiet, relaxation, and just some adult-only zen, this is not the bar. This is not the area that you want to go to. Because the Hideaway it's always got music. It is a vibe, but it's a party vibe. It is not the quiet adult-only area like Serenity or the Solarium.
Yeah.
Not it.
Yeah. For that to be a chill area, it was not.
I mean, it's chill.
It wasn't that chill.
But it's not relax. I mean, it's not where you go to chill. Is where you go to turn up.
All right. So moving outside of Hideaway, now that you know where the adult area and what the adult area is all about, moving into the thrills.
We're in Thrill Island.
Let's talk about the fact that they actually pulled off a real water park on board the ship.
Y'all. I told y'all this is the only thing that I was excited for. And when I tell you, the Royal did not disappoint in one iota. The water park, Category 6, is a bona fide water park on a ship. All 6 slides are truly epic. And yes, I did all of them. No, we did all of them but the green one.
The green one, yeah.
Because the line was just way too long for that one. But we did all the slides. My most favorite was the one that I was most scared of, the drop slide.
Yeah, that thing was dope.
And it is literally a drop. Oh my gosh. But it was so thrilling and so fun.
Yeah.
I was like, let's do it again. Stanley actually did it twice.
Stanley was hyped. Stanley was like, yo.
Speaking let's do it.
They said that theirs was 80-20. Because they paid money to be on vacation. No, 80% relaxing, 20% working, yeah.
That's what I said. Ours was about 70-30, but absolutely, I can totally agree with that. We went into this knowing that it was work, but we wanted to enjoy our cruise.
So getting back to the slides, one, there's no cost. So
it's all included.
No matter where you are, when it is, at port, at sea, there's absolutely no cost to go on any of the slides anytime. And it is so dope in the experience, even at night, because they've got lights and flashes and all other kind of wild stuff going on, and the colors, and it's just, oh man,
the fact that you can slide up till like 9 o'clock. The slides are open till 9 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. That in itself says water park.
Man.
Because you can literally just go up there and chill and slide to your heart's content. Do the slides over and over and over and over again till your heart's content. And that the layout, the colors, the actual slides are fun. There were not any slides that were like, oh, thank you, Katie.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you.
Sorry we didn't get to meet you either. But there were not any slides that were slow and boring.
No.
When you think of a water slide, all 6 of these slides.
What's up, Eagle Rose?
They are there. They are top notch.
So I know there's another cruise line that's adding a slide to their ship. I wonder if they're sitting in the office right now saying to themselves, like,
We need to rethink.
Do we need to rethink,
Revisit?
or re-examine what type of slide we're gonna put on board? Because I don't know, man. I don't think
It was epic. Epic.
I can't front. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to take
That drop slide was
Royal
epic.
out when it comes to that water area.
My thing is with this, and this was one of the things that we were going to take a look at when we're at Coco Cay, was how busy the Thrill water park was at Coco Cay compared to the water park on the ship, because you have to pay to go play on Coco Cay.
Correct.
But on the ship, it's absolutely free. And then it's about the same number of water slides, the same type of water slides as well. So we did not get to investigate that, but that's a very good question.
And you are correct, Anna Q. Addy misspoke last week on the live. They do not have solo cabins on board.
They do not. You are correct. I was thinking Norwegian because I've been working with a lot of Norwegian clients. So I do apologize.
Okay, we got people asking people, and that question kind of threw me
That
off.
throws us way up. Oh, that's Kwanda. We love you very, 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 very much, Kwani.
Oh, that's Kwanda?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was getting a little confused. Oh, we love you guys.
Oh, we love you very, 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 very much. With your goofy, goofy self. Shots on me next time.
So yeah, that was the water slide area. Now that we forgot all about one of their signature areas, the flow rider.
Oh, that's because we didn't do the flow rider.
They have one flow rider on board the ship,
But
and you would think that it would be busy. It was
was
running
busy.
pretty steady, and I believe it was also included. There was no cost for the flow rider.
no, just the one-on-one classes or whatever.
Yeah,
if
the
you want at
normal- the
special
normal
times.
things, but
but it was
was-
included. If you wanted to go boogie board or surf,
Yeah.
have at it. I'm terrified of that thing.
All right, so take us around the horn to the opposite side, where they had the
Lost Dunes.
yeah. Tell them about
The
that.
Lost Dunes, if you've ever thought of a very in-depth mini golf, this is what it was. And it was packed all the time. I was like, is it really that intense to where people are always playing mini golf? And apparently so. It really is, because I don't know how many holes it was, because we didn't play because it was always busy. But everybody was over there from all ages. They had like all kinds of little traps and things in there from it looked like a plane wreck and a shipwreck. So it was very cool. And it was huge.
Yeah, and there's so much technology packed on this ship that they even had like some little digital areas, or some of I can't even really explain it because I didn't get a chance to
didn't go
play
play,
over there.
yeah.
But from some of the other people that I spoke to in some of the other videos, there's a little bit of tech in that
Involved
area,
in there. So
which
like
was pretty
it
cool.
shimmers and shakes and stuff. Cool. And right after Lost Dunes is a new area on the ship, which we absolutely fell in love with, and that is called Base Camp.
Go ahead and tell them about it.
Base Camp is a new food area. So if you're chilling all day and going through all the water slides and doing all that, and you want to get a snack or a bite to eat, you do not have to go all the way forward or go all the way downstairs to the Windjammer. You can go get a snack right there, right across from the water slides. They have hot dogs and tater tots and pretzel bites with cheese or honey mustard. Was it honey mustard? I never tried the mustard.
Yeah, it was honey mustard.
That you could get all for free, or you could pay extra and get the chicken waffle bites. Is that what they're called? I got the name wrong every single time. The chicken waffle bites, or you could get the cheese curds, or you can get the bao bun. There was one more thing that we did. What was the other thing?
Yeah, we did the bao buns. We did
bao
the
buns.
cheese curds. We did
The chicken waffle bites. There's one more thing.
no, that was it.
There was 4.
No, that was it.
We tried everything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. I thought there was one more thing for free. But those are the 3 things that are for pay. And you can go up and get them at any time. And also around from Base Camp is Deserted, which is a milkshake bar.
Yeah, and then you went in there and then shocked me, and I didn't know the shake was like $21.
Yes, it's an expensive milkshake because it's not included in the drink package, which kind of...
Again, Royal, what's up with that? It's a milkshake.
It's
Why
a
do
milkshake.
I have to pay? And there was no liquor in it?
No, it would have been extra $5 for the liquor. That's one of the things that they nickel and dime you.
Yeah.
So it's a milkshake. It should have been included in the drink package, but it was not. But it was adorable and it was delicious.
Flag on the plate, Royal. Flag on the plate. Carla says, I like the fact that the pearl changes all the time.
Get to some questions.
Maybe they'll put on Utopia and call it the marble.
That's a good idea.
Crystal B was glad to meet you on board. She says, I had to get to the 1400 cocktail, and then that one did not disappoint.
Absolutely.
Eagle Rose says that 1400 bar had me in a chokehold.
Had us in that chokehold too on the first day.
Yeah, man. So let's see. We got a couple of more questions going on up in here. Francis Fran Thomas says, hello, Terry and Addy. Happy Sunday, fam. Question, did you guys get to eat at the Empire Supper Club?
Unfortunately, no. It was booked solid. There was no availability all week. And we tried. We were even put on a wait list like many other people, and we never got the call.
But from what we've heard, the people that did get a chance to go said that it was kind of mixed. Some people were like, it was amazing. Some people were just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, so.
Shout out to the Castaway Goes. What up, Doe?
Hello.
Glad you guys made it home safely. They have a
Absolutely.
question. What was one of your favorite cocktail drinks on board? I'll let you take yours and then I'll sum up mine.
That's tough because we did a lot of taste testing.
Yeah.
My favorite, I'm going to stay true to the Ryan Bean because that one was delicious. The Carajillo.
Really? You only had one?
I had two.
Okay. But that's your favorite drink out of all
Yeah,
the
because
drinks
it was sweet, but not
across
too
the ship.
sweet, and everything else was coconut.
Facts. And I will get into that. this coconut fetish that Royal has. But I'll probably say for me, also, that's
what I'm saying. But it's tough because we had some good drinks.
I've got a tie, so I'm going to give you two.
Okay.
Because these are the ones that I had the most. Also, giving it up to the Ryan Bean, which, if you're unfamiliar with that, that is another one of their new bars. You're going to find that on deck 15 in the Aquadome as you're heading toward the Overlook area.
All the way forward.
They had a coffee boulevardier. And if you're like, what the is a boulevardier? What is that flying around in the house? Okay, there we go.
It's a little...
If you are familiar with Negronis, that's basically, vermouth, gin, and Campari. A boulevardier is the bourbon version of that. Just substitute the gin for bourbon, and then they added a little bit of coffee liqueur. That was an amazing cocktail. A couple of the ladies that we met and that we know that are on the SIP had a couple of those themselves. And then the other one, I have to give it to the Schooner Bar.
Oh!
The toasted marshmallow old fashioned.
Terry
hands down.
drank so many of these.
Bruh, I had literally 6 of those in a row.
He drank so many, y'all.
6 of those.
Wasn't it like 12 in one day?
We're not going to get into all that. we don't discuss such things. This is a family show. But yeah. Next question.
Gotcha.
Shout out to Patrick Phillips.
Hey.
He says, Terry, what was up with the room? Why couldn't you sleep? That video was funny. Okay.
Okay, so every cruise, especially a new ship, there are creeks because the ship, even though it's been tested and out at sea and blah, 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 there's creeks. But this ship, Terry discovered that it creaked quite a bit more than any other inaugural we've been on.
This was my face all 7 days.
Oh my God. Yes. Literally, he woke up like that. He went to sleep like that.
It didn't just creak.
It knocked.
It clapped.
Clapped.
It knocked. I heard people down the hall. I heard toilets flushing. I heard
that was one of our other flaws with the ship. So one of our cons.
If you're heading out within the next few months, just
take some
earplugs.
earplugs.
Or may not experience that depending on where your cabin is located, but it was definitely something that most people
felt it or heard it. Yes,
it was so funny. We were talking to Stanley, and Stanley said he heard somebody knocking on his
he thought someone was knocking on the balcony.
He was like, I am not going out there to find out what's going on. But
yes, if you're going out there, take some earplugs, because I sleep with a mask with sound, so I didn't hear anything. So I slept perfectly. So take some earplugs, and you should be okay. Yeah, should be.
So if you want to know what Patrick's talking about,
go watch that short.
Go watch the short on the channel. Yes. Shout out to Shania Day.
Thank you for that.
Shania.
Shania.
Let me get it right. Like Nia Long. She even put it in there. That still came in. She says, I'm always watching in the background or the replay. First off, thank you for that. So how was the sweet potato pie?
We did record it.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
So you know how we were saying we couldn't find anything going on? So I was so excited.
So excited.
It was Caribbean night. Damien hit us up in the chat and was like, yo, they got curry goat, they got jerk chicken, they got this, they got that. And I get up there and we walk in and we look at it and I'm like,
sweet potato pie.
No ship has sweet potato pie. I love sweet potato pie.
Legit. Loves it.
I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. And then I see the sweet potatoes over about it. And I'm like, okay, sweet potato going at. Get to the end of my meal.
His mouth is watering for the sweet potato pie.
I'm ready for the sweet potato pie. I stuck my fork in it and the fork jumped back. I was like, hold on. I tried to stick the fork in again and the fork would not go into the pie. So I put the fork into the pie.
And then the fork got stuck.
The fork got stuck, and I went and lifted it up, and the whole little glass, it was stuck to it wasn't nothing moving. So, no.
Let's just say
the sweet potato pie was not right.
It was very gelatinous.
I was so disappointed at that moment. The rest of the food was great.
Yes.
But at that moment, I just couldn't.
Yes.
I couldn't.
It was delicious food, but the sweet potato pie was not grandma's.
No.
It was It was a joke.
All right, so let's do a quick little reset. If you are just now joining us or you're in the replay, welcome to the Sunday Sip. We are talking about our experience, our honest review, and even though we may be all over the place,
it's okay.
Of the Icon of the Seas, because it's a humongous ship.
Yes.
If you have questions, go ahead and put Q colon down in the comment section below. Ask the question that you want, and we'll try to get to it, because we have quite a few of you hanging out with us right now.
Yes, oh my gosh, 380 of you, but only 210 thumbs up. I need all of y'all to go hit that doorbell, because you're coming in the back door of the party. We need you to hit that thumbs up.
Yep.
There you go.
What Addy said.
Thank you. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you hit the thumbs up there too. Ta-da! What's next, darling? Are we going to comments or?
Go for it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Or what area are we at? We're still on deck 15.
Yeah, go ahead.
Moving forward from the base camp is the rock climbing wall, or Adrenaline's Peak. Nobody calls it Adrenaline's Peak unless you're working on the ship. It's the rock climbing wall. And then also Crown's Edge. That's there as well. And then moving forward, you go down some stairs and you have one of the best places on any Royal Caribbean ship, and that is El Loco Fresh. We ate there quite a bit because the nachos and the quesadillas were a hit. They also had Casita Fresh, which is the bar that now is with El Loco Fresh, and it had 2 cocktails. Oh, I forgot about that cocktail. Maybe that one was my favorite. Okay, so they had 2 cocktails that we absolutely loved. One was called Fuego Fiesta, and that one was kind of spicy, had a little bit of mezcal. It was watermelon based. Delicious. What was the other one? Cozumel Sunrise. That was what it was. And it was basically like a tequila sunrise, but instead of orange juice, it had passion fruit. It was
Oh,
delicious.
you're talking about the Fuego Fuente.
The Fuego Fiesta.
Oh. It was Fuego. That's all I remember. All I know is me, Damien, and Stanley, we stayed at that.
Yes. That's what I was like. We went there quite a bit. So maybe those were our favorite drinks because we went there a lot.
Yeah, those were good.
Yeah, because
Those
for
were pretty good.
For a tequiliera / mezcal place on a ship, they did their job there well.
Yeah, so let's start. Since we were talking about drinks and bars and menus, let's just cover that area.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do, and then we'll get. You're gonna see all the little bits and pieces of the areas, but people want to know: is the food good and is the drinks good? Well, I have my thoughts.
We have thoughts.
I have my thoughts. But let's start on decks 3 and 4 in the music hall, where the signature cocktail was the Sweet Home Alabama, which is a very easy cocktail. It's just vodka, peach puree, lemon juice, and brewed tea. So it fit. I mean, the music hall was a weird venue, not weird in like a bad way. It just had a lot going on. So
Because it's a multi-use venue.
yeah, it was just, but
You have to find it first of all.
yeah.
Because the only way you can, there's 2 ways to get to it, and that's either through the casino
Mm-hmm.
or all the way forward, all the way at the bottom
Mm-hmm.
on deck 3.
So when we were there, they had a rock band living their best lives.
They were in their 80s.
We talking about dad bods, hair, the whole nine. They were pretty good.
They were actually good.
They were actually good. So if you're into 70s, 80s classic rock, that's your jam. That's where you're going to find that. I
think they were
inside
called
the music hall.
Poison? No, Phoenix.
Yeah. And they were rocking out pretty good a couple of nights while we were on board. There was also the DJ that came in, and, that was...
Attempted to DJ.
Yeah, it was different. So they had a DJ. But also during the day, they had different... what do you call it? Trivia games and different events and
Name
stuff
that tune.
that were going on. So a pretty good 2-story venue. It was really nice. The sound in it was amazing, and of course, it did have a bar on the second and the bottom floor. But the signature cocktail there was the Sweet Home Alabama.
Typical.
Staying on deck 4. And coming outside of the music hall, you rent into the Casino Royale bar. And if you go into the casino, then it's
a typical bar.
It's typical Royal Caribbean bar. If you don't like to gamble, you can at least get a drink. And it's one of the few late night bars on the ship. So it's open whenever the casino is open. So if you want to get one of those little late night cocktails to tide you over, the casino bar is the move. But it just had a standard drink menu.
Regular,
There's nothing special
fancy
about that. Moving
to deck 5.
Yeah, moving to deck 5, and I had some of the menus, but I'm gonna wait and save those for the videos. Was Spotlight Karaoke, like we mentioned before.
This place was jumping.
Man, it was jumping, but
People did not care.
the cocktails there, we had 2.
Oh,
The very first one
I had to remember.
was the lavender.
The lavender haze,
Y'all,
which normally I would love because of lavender, and Terry would not. I made him drink it because it is a gin-based cocktail. And when I tell you Terry drank this cocktail, and me and the bartender had to look at him like, because he literally just chugged it.
yeah, I didn't even realize it until I got to when you see the ice
And the ice is
at the
clinking.
bottom.
Yes.
I didn't realize, and it was in a Collins glass, but that thing was so good. Like, I think the bartender thought I was a lush because they just looked at me like,
We were like,
he went to taste it and it's gone. But have no fear. They had a follow-up cocktail because they were just going to make sure that you enjoyed
yes.
gin. So
I
what
told
was that
them-
second cocktail?
It was the 8-ball. And I told them that I don't like gin. So she said, well, then you're tasting the wrong drink. And I was like, well, we were tasting the signature drinks. And she said, well, you're still tasting the wrong drink because this drink don't even taste like gin, and it's a gin-based cocktail. And it's called the 8 Ball, and it had Bombay gin, which is the ginniest of gins. And it had watermelon and grapefruit and something else that I don't remember. But it was absolutely delicious. She corrected me. So I have one gin drink that... Oh, there was 2 gin drinks. The one in the Hideaway that Billy told me about.
Yeah.
But they got me drinking gin, y'all.
They hooked that up. So, Addy and Terry approved bar inside
Spotlight karaoke. So you don't have to go there to do karaoke.
No.
You can just go there for the drinks.
Yeah. I mean, they have trivia, they have game shows and other activities throughout the cruise. So even if you're not in there to get your sweet Caroline on,
which we heard many times.
She'll be good. Also, like we said, going back, staying on deck 5, you've got Starbucks. I mean, it's just like on land. I mean, if you had one Starbucks, you've had another one. It is a la carte, so you know it's not included in the deluxe.
It's not included in the package, yeah.
Or the Cafe Select coffee card.
Yeah, which you can purchase separately, but Starbucks is not included.
And but don't worry, you can still get Starbucks espresso-based drinks at the Pearl Cafe as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's
where
that.
your coffee card is available.
So let's talk about the new bar.
Whew.
The hottest bar at sea on the Icon was the 1400 bar located on deck 5.
As soon as you get on the ship.
And it was developed by, let me look, I think I had his name, because he's a very good mixologist, renowned mixologist, Tony Abal Ghanim. And he had some fun drinks based off the history of Royal Caribbean, like Viking's Crown, the Flow Rider, Rising Tides, the iconic GNT, and the 1400. And it's Viking's the first time that the Royal Promenade has ever been open to the outdoors, because they had an open-facing terrace.
That area where Terry was talking about that looked very cool for chilling, that was part of the bar.
So you can get a drink, head outside, chill, get some ocean breezes. But that bar was the jumpingest. But with that being said, I think my very first cocktail was the Flow Rider. Let me look at the.
I think it was.
And
You didn't like it.
For the very first cocktail on board.
Oh, the first song. That was my
drink.
Not the Viking Crown.
Yeah, it was the Flow Rider at the very new bar. The profile, the taste profile was not what I was looking for. So let me tell you what was in the Flow Rider. This is what had me interested at first. It was Jack Daniel's Tennessee Rye, Hearing Cherry Liqueur, Lillet Blanc, and Angostura Bitters. Now, I should have known that the Lillet was going to be a little...
strong?
Yeah. But when I saw it, it gave me Manhattan vibes or Black Manhattan. So that's what I was kind of looking for.
Yeah.
But
it looked like a Manhattan when you got it.
What was the other favorite one that everybody was drinking? The Pink Pony.
Pink Pony, where the bartenders would go, bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Yeah. Shout out to my girl from Brazil. She actually went and put Genuine Pony on her phone.
Yes, and was like making this drink and winding and grinding.
Yeah. That way. But let's see. At that bar, I can at least tell you what.
The 1400 is the signature drink, which everyone just got to. And I told them, I said they should just rename it the bubble drink, because that's what everybody started calling it. And that drink is amazing. It's a sweet, sweet, sweet take on a margarita.
It's Casamigos Blanco Tequila. Italian liqueur with a pearl shimmer syrup and lemon sour with a citrus bubble. And yes, it was very, very popular.
All the ladies wanted the bubble drink.
Another one that Stanley and I had that was pretty good was the cable car.
That one was delicious.
But when you go there, when you look at the menu, the menu was dope, because it really did have...
It's a history
lesson from Royal's chips that matched the actual
description
cocktail.
of the drink, yeah.
So they did a really good job on that. Shout out to Royal for the 1400 bar.
Yes.
Like we said earlier, Point and Feathers was the pub. It was the go-to spot. It's normally the go-to spot on any Royal Caribbean ship when
live
you want
bands.
some beer and some live music. But they've got a new open layout.
Yeah.
Unlike some of the other ones. So You can play darts. They've got new signature cocktails.
Which was way different because Point and Feather is usually all beer.
Yeah. So the signature cocktail there was the stout espresso martini. So basically an espresso martini, but
with a smidge of stout in it.
With Guinness on the inside. And it, compared to the other espresso martinis on board, I would probably say that was probably the best one.
Because it wasn't too sweet.
On the ship. So I really had a good time with that cocktail. Moving around from there, you had the attic, which we never got a chance to get into.
It was always closed when we weren't.
But it was located on deck 6.
Yeah.
It is the Signature Comedy Club on board. And we did see a comedy show, but we saw it in the Royal Theater.
The main theater, yeah.
And it's tucked away down on deck 4 on Oasis class ships, if you're familiar with the attic there. But they have about 2 or 3 different time slots where they had comedy in there. It does require a reservation. So you have to make a reservation for that once you're on board. But you can also go and grab a drink. But I believe their menu was the standard menu like you're going to find at the pool bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Next new hot bar to grace the icon of the seas in Royal Caribbean belongs to
Baby Jesus.
The dueling pianos located on deck 6. And when I tell y'all,
this bar was always packed.
To the point where there was overflow in the hallway. It was so many people there, but it was
packed.
It was such a good time. And we told you guys.
We did go.
Yeah, we went.
The one time we went twice.
We stopped by a couple of times.
Yeah. Because the way the bar was set up, you can actually just do a walk-up drink order, which is way cool, and one of the first times I've ever seen that on a cruise ship. So you can walk up and do your bar order, or if you can actually get in early enough to get a seat in the Dueling Pianos bar, great drinks, except for the one Terry thought tasted like cereal milk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did. And the bartender agreed with me once we got into the...
We had to dissect this drink, y'all, to figure out why the heck Terry said cereal milk, because all of us ordered it, and when none of us was like, none of us get cereal or milk from this drink, until I had to remember, Terry really only eats Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
So it tastes like Fruit Loops.
Shout out to Pearl Washington. She says, happy Sunday. Welcome back. I am oversaturated with icon videos, pre-cruise, naming ceremony, and inaugural sailing. I believe I saw more of the ship than you all did.
That is why we decided to take a little bit of a break. Yes.
Yeah. And it was very well
saturated.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in that particular bar, their main cocktail there, which we didn't get a chance to have, because by the time we got there to have it, it was, I think
they didn't have any of the ingredients.
Out of the ingredient, but it was called the Snap Crackle Pop. And it had, you remember the Pop Rocks when you were a kid that, you put them on your mouth and all that? They have a similar drink on Virgin in Gumbe, but that was their signature drink at the Dueling Pianos. But let me tell you, 1,400 Dueling Pianos were definitely a
hot
hit
spots
on the icon. It was always packed. Pearl Cafe, Deck 6, like we said, open 24 hours. It's the spot to go to for snacks and coffee any time of the day. And they have these really dope coffee and drink dispensers.
Yes.
That kind of look like our mic, and you just put your hand up to it, and it
no germ spreading. Yes, hands free.
So those are pretty dope. You're gonna find continental breakfast items there, pastries, sandwiches, small desserts.
They had a red velvet cake one day, y'all. That was phenomenal.
The complimentary coffee and tea station. So yeah, that was a pretty little dope spot to hang out at. Going through my notes here. Okay, moving over to Giovanni's Wine Bar. So this is the little bar that we were telling you about that was attached to Giovanni's Italian Kitchen. It's located on Deck 6. And it was a nice little laid-back vibe. You can grab a few appetizers while you were there, have a sip of while you're talking.
Just about any kind of wine.
Yeah, it was a good little vibe. It also had like pizza and stuff there. Actually, so here's a tip. If you're going on the Icon, we were actually told, and I think there's a little cost, but the pizza at Giovanni's was better than the pizza at Sorrento's.
Well, yeah, a lot of people say that.
So,
because it's like a doughier pizza.
yeah. So there you have it. If you want a good pizza and you don't want to go to Sorrento's, go to
You
Giovanni's.
gotta pay for it,
and
but
get
it's supposed to be a better
and
bite.
get your fix. Bolero's also located on deck 6. This, of course, is where you do all things Latin music and dance classes, and you can relax. And they have also got a fantastic bar there. Drinks like caipirinhas and daiquiris and
Gotta love it.
other rum-based cocktails,
It's on all the ships, though.
making you feel like you've been to Havana.
Habana.
And that cocktail you had there was the jojoba?
The chopero.
Jopero.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coconut and lime.
Yeah.
Lime and coconut.
Yeah. That way. Immediately across, I don't even know if we're going to get through all the bars. There's so
Probably
many
not.
bars.
We may need to get.
There's a Schooner Bar on deck 6.
Thank you for the subscribe.
Thank you very much. And of course, if you've been to the Schooner Bar, it's the Schooner Bar, but that's where you're
The
going to do
toasted marshmallow is the
trivia
new
and
one.
the piano guy and live music. And it's more chill now, but that toasted marshmallow old fashioned,
And my lavender daiquiri.
man.
That's another one that's a classic. Can't go wrong with it.
All right. So, still on deck 6, we're moving around the corner to one of the home team favorites for Royal, Playmakers Sports Bar and Arcade. And it was a sports bar.
That's one you really got to find as well.
It was a sports bar. It's definitely an a la carte venue. You know, chicken wings, hamburgers,
Nachos.
the onion ring tower, the cookies. The
Gotta love that cookie.
Yeah, all that good stuff. But it was definitely
typical Playmakers.
Yeah, typical Playmakers. So nothing special about that.
It's hidden in the nook and crannies. Like if you're on the way to Surfside, but you just veer left,
Yeah,
that's where it is.
which is a perfect segue to Surfside. Because believe it or not, for that to be the family area,
Surfside is
was
jumping.
So
Surfside was so much fun, y'all.
let's talk about another new spot for Royal, the Lemon Post. It was located on deck 7.
Yes, Surfside. Yeah.
New watering hole. It's weird to say that because it's the family area,
the
so you
family
got your
area.
kids. But I get it because if your kids are driving you crazy, you want to do this number here.
And you just want to let them do their thing, and you just want to go play. You got you some libations to help you with that.
But the Lemon Post is found on deck 7 in the Surfside neighborhood. It is open air. And they
Really,
had
really cute.
Some really unique drinks there as well.
It's also the first bar at sea where they have a mocktail menu specifically tailored toward kids.
Yeah.
So you can order a cocktail for you and a cocktail for your child.
Yeah. That way.
Not sure what kind of
Yeah, what kind of example that is, Royal.
Royal. I don't know what kind of example you're
Royal,
leading
like,
to,
we're gonna
but
get them early. We want them to know that this is how it goes.
they had some very yummy cocktails.
The Peachy Passion and the Sailor's Delight.
Those were the mocktails. They were basically
No,
lemonade.
those were the regular drinks. And then the kids get theirs in pouches.
Oh yeah. But the one that I liked was the shade. Oh God, the shade thrower.
Yeah.
It was a rum drink.
Shade, throwing shade.
It was a delightful cocktail.
If you open up the menu real quick, let me see. There was the
Shade thrower.
The alcoholic side had the shade thrower, which Adrian is talking about. Bacardi Superior Rum, mango, guava syrup, orange juice, pineapple juice, house-made lemonade. They also had the Shark Attack, the Sailor's Delight, the Slice of Life, the Peachy Passion, and the Escape Wrap. Those were all the adult alcoholic cocktails, or I ain't gonna say adult because there are adults that drink mocktails.
Yeah.
But the mocktails were the Lifesaver Lemonade, the Ocean Potion Lemonade, the Tropic Blast, the Cocoa Berry, the Bubbly Wubbly, the Watermelon Fit. That Bubbly Wubbly was good. And then for the little sailors in the pouches, they had the Blue Raspberry Ocean, the Cherry Lifesaver, the Pink Mermaid, and the Green Monster. And when I tell you, I think I saw more adults drinking those than
The little
I saw
pouches?
kids. A little pouch.
They had the little. the Capri
Yes,
Sun
you.
look.
I'm talking to you. Yes, you know you had your sippy cup in Surfside, and there was nothing wrong with it. You paid for that vacation.
You paid for that sippy
so
cup.
that you could have your sippy cup.
Absolutely.
But there were adults with them sippy cups.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me included. So, moving on to deck 8. Now we're heading to the Trellis Bar
Central Park.
in Central Park, and it's it's got a new look. It's got a new menu.
Yes.
It's open day and night where you can grab a pre-dinner,
Yeah, 'cause-
pre-dinner drink or a little nightcap.
Trellis Bar used to be one of those bars that was like this big,
Yeah,
sitting in a corner.
right.
And if you blinked, you walked past it because you didn't recognize that it was there.
Yeah.
But now it's a big bar because it's right next to where Rising Tide Bar used to come up. And because there is no Rising Tide Bar anymore, they made the Trellis Bar much, much, much bigger. And it's got a seating area. It's got the bar area. It's really, really nice.
And it's got little small bites like the
Yes.
crab cake and the mac and cheese. And
I didn't even know that till we walked
fries
up
and
and
stuff.
sat down. Truffle fries.
Yeah.
Like what?
Another new addition for Royal was the Bubbles Bar.
Which, y'all,
Surprisingly, was I thought it was just gonna be all about.
we thought it was
but
gonna be like a overhyped champagne bar, but y'all,
It was actually they had some cool.
they had some good cocktails
Yeah.
that had champagne in them, so it wasn't just mimosas.
Right.
You could get a mimosa, but it wasn't just mimosas and bellinis. They had actual like cocktails, which were delicious.
Yeah. Moving on, still in Central Park, to the new Lou's Jazz and Blues. It is an open air jazz spot
Very,
with
very
live
nice.
performances.
Very, very nice.
The musicians were amazing, and they've got a menu that pays homage to some
The blues.
favorites like the Jazzy Sass or the Hurricane. However,
Terry didn't like the menu.
I didn't like the menu. I mean, I know it's supposed to be jazzy.
It's
It's
New
kind of got a
Orleans
New
based.
Orleans kind of flair, but
Yeah.
I think they were missing out on some of the classic cocktails that they actually had at what bar did I say that the cocktails are in the wrong bar?
You said the cocktails at the Point and Feather should be at the
Was it Point
Lou's
and Feather?
Yeah, because they had the classics in the pub.
No, that wasn't. It wasn't there. It was another.
It was the pub.
It was one of
promise
them.
you it was the
But
pub,
yeah,
'cause the pub
they had
had-
the menu to me was off, but
Yeah, it was the pub.
but it was okay. It's okay. Deck 14, located in the spa. For those that go to the
Ooh,
spa,
the
you had
juice bar, y'all.
the Vitality Cafe that Royal Caribbean likes to call it.
And this was a hidden gem because if you didn't walk inside of the spa on 14, you did not see it. So if you like fresh pressed juices or smoothies or anything like that are included in your drink package, this is the place to go because it's inside the spa. And they also had like small healthy bites like granola, homemade granola bars and banana bread bites or zucchini bread bites and little healthy bites like that were at this spa. It was so cute.
Yeah. That's pretty dope. Yeah, Carlos had luggage tags.
Yes.
All right, keeping it
Luggage
moving to my absolute favorite spot on this ship, hands down,
Was
belongs. What you about to say?
Rihanna's forehead.
The Overlook Bar, y'all. We got people that ain't never seen us before. You talking about Rihanna's forehead?
Because that's what it was. This the big forehead of the ship.
The Overlook Bar, and it is the swankiest spot that I've seen on a Royal Caribbean ship. However, with that being said, it is a expanded version, in my opinion, of Eden on
Yes, it's a
the Edge
cleaner
class.
Eden. It's a cleaner
A
Eden.
bigger Eden.
Yes, because they have greenery, but it's not live greenery like on Eden, and it's not as much greenery as on Eden. So, and it's breathtaking. It is absolutely gorgeous. Like your reaction when you see the pearl, when you get to the Overlook, you're gonna have the same reaction. You're just gonna be like, wow.
Right. Let's see here.
Our favorite cocktails in this area, because Ryan Bean is in this area, as well as the Overlook Bar. And they basically it was a general menu, but they had a signature cocktail there that was called the Overlook Spritz, which had a liquor in it that I had never heard of before. But the bartender said it was similar to Blue Curacao, and it was called Lagoon Liqueur. We're going to have to look that up.
Right.
Because I was like, what the heck is that? But it made the drink vibrant blue, like crazy blue.
Yeah.
And they topped it with an orchid. It was gorgeous, y'all.
The Overlook Spritz.
Yes.
And of course, what's up, happily ever Yachty?
Hey, Yachty.
Good to finally meet you too, man.
Oh
She
my
is such a beautiful person, beautiful
gosh.
spirit. So many
Yes.
people here, man. The Ryan Bean. That was another one of my spots.
Y'all, if you like coffee, you like tea, and you want to add alcohol.
I was looking at the fam going in on somebody named Mr. Cruiser.
Oh, yeah, because he said that we should have been working.
Dude, when you can pay for my vacation, I'll do whatever
we'll
you
do
want me to
whatever
do.
you
But
want, yeah.
if
But-
my wife and I decide that we want to chill and not run around looking like our heads are cut off with our cameras and filming everything for your enjoyment, thank you very much. We will do that. And thank you to everybody in the comments down below that
That stuck up for us.
that stepped in and yeah,
Corrected him.
Yeah, I'm like, the nerve of something.
The noive, as
Cree
the
says, I was
Cowardly Lion.
on Independence of the Seas last week. My first Royal Caribbean cruise. I prefer Carnival because of Guy's Burgers and no fan of fish and chips.
Really? Because the fish and chips is awesome.
Yeah.
But I can understand if you're a burger kind of person. It's understandable.
Yachty says that Overlook was such an amazing spot to relax. Like you have to go there to experience it for yourself because that is the
literally forget time
oh man, that thing was.
because the sunsets up there.
You could literally
Stay all day
Wake
in the
up.
Overlook.
go to the Overlook, have your coffee in the morning. You got your snacks because the Aquadome Market that I'm
Market
about
is-
to talk about is
is
right next
right there.
Find you a pod because in those pods were power and USB-C and USB-A jacks, and you got the ocean out in front. And now you want to grab some lunch. You got a restaurant. You can go have some seafood at Hooked if you want to,
Or go back to the Aquadome Market.
You're already there. So the Aquadome show, the show is going to happen. So now you're eating
You just
dinner and you
walk over and
watch the show.
Watch the show.
And then, you know what? I want to have another cocktail and just ease into the evening and go right back to the Overlook. You literally could live in Overlook
all day.
that way.
I'm not going to say that we did that.
No, not that we're going to say that at all. Let's see. Going on. Speaking of the Aquadome Market, also located on Deck 15. This is also new to Royal Caribbean. It is located in the Aquadome neighborhood, where you can get some complimentary food hall type bites from these little food stands. I think it was like 4 of them.
5.
Five. And those were what did they have?
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. You had the Toast and Garden, which had your typical sandwiches and salads. Mwah. You had my absolute favorite, which is feta. They had gyros, and you could get it is either a gyro like with the pita, or you could get a salad bowl or with a side of rice. So good. They had fresh pork, fresh chicken, or falafel if you're veggie. Absolutely delicious with all the toppings that would go on a gyro.
Right.
Then you had Max, which is your mac and cheese station, which I saw some people asking about Max. Tried all the mac and cheeses. I can certify that I personally like the bacon mac the best. Terry liked the chili mac, but he wasn't a big fan. He ate it twice, but did you like the bacon mac more than the chili mac?
The Bacon Mac probably.
Bacon mac is the winner. But the other macs are pepperoni mac, broccoli mac if you're trying to get some vegetables snuck in there, and then a classic mac.
Right.
But my favorite is the bacon mac because I love bacon. Next to that would be ginger, which is your Chinese Asian quick bite spot. Terry got heartburn every time he ate it.
Yeah. That was not good.
So that was the sweet and sour shrimp that he ate. You have choices of rice or noodles with that. They also had like beef and broccoli and some egg rolls. Everybody snacked on the egg rolls. Like everybody. And then the last spot up there was my personal favorite is the creperie. Y'all, That sea salt caramel crepe was so good.
And it was all included.
And it's all included. So you could go up there and eat as many crepes as you want.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about Royal's traditional lime and coconut bar, which is now 3 stories.
3 decks. Not stories.
Potatoes. Deck 15, deck 16, and deck 17.
Yes.
How's that? Okay.
There you go. Decks.
You know,
3 decks tall.
4 lime and coconut bars.
It's
4.
ridiculous.
4 lime and coconut bars, and one
Is
just frozen drink.
yeah. So it's like your Wet Willies or I was going to say Ruby Tuesdays, not Ruby Tuesdays, but Fat Tuesdays.
Yeah. So you can find 2 of the bars on deck 15 in Chill
Mm-hmm.
Island. Those are going to be near Cove and Royal Bay pools. There's also 1 bar on deck 16 near Swim and Tonic bar, and 1 on deck 17 near the Cloud 17 pool. And of course, you know, if you've been to the Lime and Coconut, they've got their thing. With deck 16 having the frozen drinks there.
Yeah,
So
because it's in the middle. Just remember, if you want the frozen drinks, go to the lime and coconut in the middle.
Yeah, and it is the absolute first all frozen bar on any Royal Caribbean ship.
That's what you're going to hear about Icon a lot. The first.
Keeping it going, let's talk about Cantina Fresca.
That's what it's called. I don't know what I called it earlier.
That is the bar.
That's the tequila.
Yeah, that's over there at the adjacent to El Loco Fresh.
Yeah.
Margaritas, smoky mezcals, Mexican beers.
Fuego Fiesta.
Man,
It was so good.
let me tell y'all, you need to stop there. Trust me.
Make it a must stop.
Going all the way back to what we originally talked about, the Hideaway Bar on deck 15. It's another brand new neighborhood on the Icon. It's adults only, tucked away in the back at the aft of the ship, about 135 feet above the ocean, and it was an absolute vibe.
It's beautiful. It's just noisy.
The cocktails there, the 2 that you want to try out are the Oh My God
It's literally, that's what it's called.
and the Bay at the Beach.
Oh yeah, and the one that Billy told me from, hi Billy from Cruise Habit. He recommended, because he's like me, we both hate gin. He recommended to me and I just lost it. Click the menu. Click the menu.
Oh no, man.
There it is. It's something Blossom. Bloomin' Botanical. That's what it was called. And it is gin based, but I didn't taste the gin. Terry tasted it.
Yeah.
Was like, you're drinking that?
Have you noticed how, while we're talking about the bars, we're actually giving you a little tour around the ship because
Yes.
they're all in different areas?
They're all in different areas. So there's not an area where you really cannot walk 20 feet and not have a bar.
40.
There's 40 bars all over the ship. And we know some content creators that literally went to every single bar. We did not.
No,
We found our good ones and we stuck to those.
that way.
But there's a lot of bars.
All right, let's talk about the brand new Swim and Tonic. This is the one that everybody was like, oh my God, I can't wait.
I
It's a swim
couldn't
up
wait
bar.
to go to,
It was packed.
but we did not because
It's
it
small,
was
too.
It was a lot smaller than the rendering showed.
Yeah.
And it was always full. And it just had a regular menu.
Yeah.
It just had a regular menu. Mind
had
you, they had like a few.
What was it? The Pirate in a Coconut Tree, I think, was the drink there.
That one was good, but that one was also in the pub because that's the one that I ordered in the pub.
That's true, too.
So they didn't have like any specialty drinks.
Yeah. But it was cool. It was nice for what it was. You had your
Yeah.
little floating menus in there, but there were always people there. I always call it like people soup when people gather around and they're just stuck in one place.
And that's another area where there was no shade. So if you were
Yeah.
in that pool, you were baking in the heat.
Yeah. We touched on this briefly. There's also the new deserted milkshake bar that's going to be located on deck 16 right there in Thrill Island. So you definitely, you might miss it if you don't come around the door and look.
Yeah,
Because it's kind of
we
tucked
totally
off.
walked by
It's
it.
kind of tucked off, but they got the Oreo Aces, the Chocolate Castaway, the Strawberry Shipwreck. It's a perfect way to cool off after you just went out and did the Category 6 water park.
Yeah, but it's not included.
Nope. Moving on to deck 18. This is for all my sweet people out there. You've got The Grove. It's an al fresco eatery, and it's located just steps away from your favorite sun lounger with complimentary Mediterranean bites for sweet guests and your favorite beverages. So as you can see, the Icon of the Seas has some amazing neighborhoods, some amazing bars, and different places on the ship. Like I said, it is a lot. It is really a lot to take in and a lot to talk about. That's why we wanted y'all to answer questions. But
they
Rashida
did ask some questions.
has one, and I think the doggy needs to go out. Will we go on the Star of the Seas?
Possibly, not the inaugural.
Really?
I would do it again. Would you sell Icon again?
When the price drops.
That's what I'm saying. Possibly, but not the inaugural.
When the price drops.
But yeah, the cost of 2 people going on this cruise was just too astronomical.
Yeah.
We chose not to do an interior because that was what was available.
Yeah.
So we did do the balcony because that was the only thing that was available because everybody bought this ship. But I don't know. The Star, I would do the ship again. The one thing I was going to say, even with how massive this ship was, it was very easy to navigate. Once you learned forward and aft and which way forward and aft were. And then I teased him and I kept calling him Mr. Icon the whole cruise. But Damien kept giving me little tidbits and things that will help you if you are cruising. Just know always, if you're in the promenade, look for the staircases because the staircases always point forward. Did you know that? You would have known that going to the comedy show. But yeah,
still learning.
The staircases always point forward in the promenade. So if you ever get lost and you're like, which way do I go? Look for the staircases and know that they're pointing forward. Also, if you're by one of the staterooms, they always had little ships that let you know what direction forward was and what area of the ship you were on, it would be filled in. So besides that, once you knew where an area was, where one of the neighborhoods were, it was very easy to navigate to get to those particular areas and walk the ship. It did take forever because the ship is huge. And I will say the elevators are very fast and very big.
Yeah, the elevators. So the touchless elevator. So a couple of people were kind of shook. I think when they first got on board, because when you walk into the elevator area, there are like these little kiosks, these little square kiosks are located, and they just have the numbers of the floor that you want to go to. As soon as you hit the number, it displays which elevator that you need to go to. And the elevators are pretty much in a little octagonal area. And you just get on and you zoom up to your room or to your floor. And they were really, really quick. I think A was the largest one that they had, but there was, I am just amazed at how that ship just was able to navigate people, because even when you were getting on or off an elevator, it never felt crowded. There were really no crowds. Even when shows and stuff would come out and people would be moving around for like a hot second, there would be like a little crowd and then it just dispersed.
It dispersed. There was never like traffic jams.
Yeah. Weirdest thing, man. It was pretty good. Let's see here. Alan Stewart says, question, how much is an average price for 2 people? And that would be a you question.
Depends on the cabin. I would say starting at...
We'll wait till you get back on the mic.
I'm coming. Coco had to potty.
Yeah.
I would say it depends on the cabin and when you book. Because summertime is obviously going to be more expensive because that's when kids are in school. Kids are out of school. So it can range anywhere from $3K for an inside up to the $80K for the ultra townhouse.
Let's just look real quick here.
And if any of you want to book the ultra,
the
family townhouse, just let me know. I will be that.
Let's just leave in July. How about that? Let's take a cruise in July on the Icon.
Oh, he's happy now.
Let's see. Let's choose the icon. And
It was already selected. Oh, there it
there
goes.
we go.
Da, da, da.
So I'm just, just as soon as you hit the page, it's already saying $3,704 per person.
Per person average cost.
Average cost, but let's dig a little.
And that's
deeper.
for the outside.
Oh yeah.
No, that's for the inside.
Okay, yeah. Hold on, let me back up. Yeah.
That's for an inside.
So for a 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise on the Icon of the Seas, leaving this July on this particular itinerary, you are looking at $3,704 per person for an interior. $4,000 for an outside view, $4,300 for a balcony, and $6,000 for a suite.
There you go.
There you go. Hope that answered your question.
And to give you another idea, scroll down a little. The lowest price is $33.
And that's in the month of July, of course.
So
and depending on the month that you're in,
it will vary
price
from
could
month to month.
change,
Yeah.
but
So there's that.
for the base. Yeah.
Yeah. So
RN Healthy Life says that ship looks absolutely amazing.
I thought it was going to be a little bit anxiety inducing, but it was not.
Happily Ever Yachty says, YOLO, I couldn't handle 2 weeks. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, we know a lot of people that actually did back-to-backs.
On the Go with YOLO says, agreed. They definitely did that ship design, the best of their ship classes and other cruise lines. Laria says, hello. Everyone else, please ring the doorbell. Thank you very much. JC says, Eagle Rose and I had a great time. It was glad to travel with you, brother. Glad to travel with you. Sweet D, what's going on? Shamika says the ship looks amazing, but she decided to move her Icon of the Seas booking to the Star of the Seas in September of next year because the pricing was just as expensive.
Yep.
Want to know, here you go, says she just booked the Crown's Edge for her sailing coming up in May.
Awesome.
On the Go with YOLO says, Yachty, I need the second week to rest and recover. Let's see here. Sydney says, cooler video comes with the Crown's Edge experience.
Yes.
That works.
Yes. I would suggest doing it during the daytime, even though it felt less scary doing it at night. But the video that they give you, it would look better if you did it during the day.
Yeah. Happily Ever Yachty says, YOLO, but I wouldn't gain another 5 pounds and keep drinking those 1400s. Damien and Quanda says, thinking about Hideaway on board, I strongly believe that it was announced as family area as clickbait. Looking at the area, I can't see it being for a family. I would agree with that. That's what I was looking. I was like, there's nothing like kiddie about the area or teeny about the area. It was literally
Adults.
Yeah, you couldn't.
I can't imagine it.
Some loungers, a pool, and a bar.
I couldn't imagine it being a family area.
Yeah, yeah. Royal with the clickbait.
For suntanners and worshipers. Yes.
Catherine, it was such a pleasure meeting you on board. Hopefully you had safe travels going back. She says, nope, it was clearly designed for tanners, a.k.a. sun worshipers.
Yep, and that's exactly what they were doing.
On the Go with YOLO says, yeah, but there's a lot of walking.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Let's see here. M Favor says the gifts or icons are already on eBay.
Isn't that crazy? I want my gifts. Why would you sell it?
Sydney says not 21 anymore. Need shade, not sunstroke.
Now, there are plenty of areas on the ship that do provide shade. It's just not in any of the areas like the Hideaway.
My brother Dale in the house says, hey, family, when and where are we going on the Icon? Waiting on the St. Thomas video and the Rex. The Rex. Okay.
For St. Thomas, we actually hung out with some friends that live in St. Thomas. So
went to an amazing shop and went to a little secret spot. I don't even know if I want to tell y'all about that one,
but the getting there.
But when you got there, it was.
But when you got there,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It was an Addy and Terry adventure.
Let's just say a 4x4 is necessary.
It was an Addy, a true Addy and Terry adventure getting there. I want to know, here you go, says, I would never pay for a daybed, cabana, casita, etc. on a ship. That's casino money.
Because, the casitas are extra, too.
On the Go
But
with
there
YOLO
were quite a
says,
few that were actually bought.
we had the little one, so couldn't take advantage, or it was super crowded when we could.
Oh, man. $200 for sunburn.
Right. Gina's World says, way to go, Addy, about the Crown's Edge. Terry, I guess I'll have to wait for your video. Maybe.
It was so much fun, y'all.
Maybe.
It was so much fun. If you are an adventure junkie, then definitely include the Crown's Edge in your adventures.
Right. Gina's World says, way to go, Addy. Oh, yeah, I just read that one.
Yes, you did.
Solo Cruising and More says, happy Sunday, everyone. Loved your video coverage of the Icon. Question, in your opinion, is the Icon a bucket list cruise for the average cruise lover? It's on my list now.
Ooh.
I'm going to say
Bucket
yeah.
list? I would say yes, because it's got the water park. It's got some things that no other ship has.
It has something for everybody.
And it has something for everybody. I honestly can say that if you go on the ship and you can't find something for you,
then you don't need to be on a ship.
I don't know what it is you're looking for then, because there's quiet spots, there's loud spots, there's music, there's parties, it's families, it's singles, it's couples, it's something for everybody.
Yeah. That way.
Literally.
On the Go with Yellow says, the Icon doesn't owe me nothing.
True.
Facts. The
True.
Icon wore me out. I'm dag tired right now.
Yeah, we came home and went to sleep.
Happily Ever Yachty says, I had a day bed for Hideaway. It was nice, but definitely not in the summer.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
There's no shade.
Let's see. Damien and Kwanda says, you pay for the beds because if it's open, then people start fighting and
that's exactly what I was
holding.
saying. Yeah, the whole thing. They will literally sit in that bed all day.
Okay.
You got to have a time limit.
All right. Tanya Gray in the house saying, ready to hear all about the Icon T.
The crew is absolutely amazing. That's what my best favorite thing about this ship was.
Yeah.
Everybody was smiling. Everybody was happy. They were proud of their ship. They were so proud of their ship. We asked, like, what was her name? Lynette asked for a blanket, and she said, of course we have it. We're the Icon.
Right. Right. I was like, hey, okay.
Of course we have an extra blanket. We're the Icon.
Yeah,
so,
man.
yes, they are proud of their ship, and you can tell it oozes from them. They're happy.
Carla comes back at Damon and says the beds are free on Virgin, and I never heard of any fights over there. Ooh.
Pew, 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 pew. Shots fired.
Want to know who you go says, I'll be sliding my little heart out. Hopefully I won't get stuck inside one like on Wonder. Always remember to take off that cover up.
You can't, there's so much water pressure, so you could not possibly get stuck in a slide.
First off, you can't wear anything but what you got on.
Yeah.
On those,
They
your
are
rings, your jewelry,
super
your
strict.
earrings, no cameras, no.
Nada.
You going with your birthday suit or nothing at all. Well,
It's a
the
swimsuit.
skin on the birthday suit.
Swimsuit, birthday suit.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. So, yeah.
So yeah, you're not getting stuck. And they have a guy at the bottom of the slide before you even go to the stairs. And then there's another guy at the top of the slide to try, in case you tried to sneak it in. He's there to stop you. So yeah.
Chris from New York says, so Terry, was the music more like Carnival or still Royal selected playlist turned up?
It was playlisted.
It was a playlist. It was some of your dance and pop music. I mean, every ship has, it depends on the DJ, it depends on the ship, it depends on the itinerary, because there are some Carnival ships, believe it or not, people that are not turned. They played some of the most boringest stuff I've heard on some of the other ships, but for Royal, it was Royal. I mean, if you know, you know. It was Royal. It was dance music in the energy areas, and
Except for that one DJ that night we showed everybody in our Instagram on the stories. That DJ went off the cuff because he saw us in the pool.
That night. It depends on the DJ and then what's going on. Yeah.
Because we was mad at him when his shift was over.
Yeah, but if you're going on a cruise for the music,
Don't go on a cruise for the music.
yeah, I mean,
Because they have to play for everybody and all types of people.
yeah, you gotta look at the audience around you, and that dictates what's gonna be played.
Yep.
Yeah. John Richardson says, what I like most is the space, food, and different daily entertainment options.
Facts.
What's up, Leanne? It was good to see
Leanne.
you rolling around the ship. Arian Hefterlife says, good question, especially considering the experience we had on MSC with the music. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't great all the time.
But let me say this. On the Icon, you don't care about the music because the ship is so engulfing. You're really not going to be sitting saying, oh, man, I wish the music was better.
And another thing.
It's too much going on.
There's so much going on, but there is like music always playing in the background somewhere. So you're not even like paying attention to it. You just find yourself kind of bobbing along.
Yeah, every spot on that ship, there's music.
There's music.
So you could walk into an area that's got R&B. You could walk into an area that's got some country. You could walk into an area that's got some dance. It wasn't just like one musical theme because karaoke was karaoke
and then right across the hall is the
dueling
pub.
Pianos was dueling pianos
Yeah.
and the music hall.
So there's music everywhere. And the one other great thing that we discovered was we only heard 2 announcements the whole cruise.
Yeah.
There was like the constant reminders of things to do and do this and do that. None of that.
Crystal B said the cheeseburger was also for pay at base camp.
I told you there was one other thing.
That's the one we didn't have. Yeah,
Yes.
The cheeseburger.
I knew that. Oh, the sugar factory is very much like deserted, but its sugar is the sugar candy store it's in Surfside, and they had cotton candy, which was
Right. Cree says she prefers Pizza Pirate over Sorrento's.
old school carnival pizza,
Man, there you go. Sharik says, y'all released some great videos. We're excited. Can't wait to go until we go on Icon.
It's great.
Chris from New York says, thought Pearl was more like the Vegas Spear.
Kinda.
No, not
But
kinda.
it doesn't have pictures on the inside.
No, it just has all those little
moving flashy
things with lights on it.
thingies, yeah.
Yeah.
If it had photos on it, it would be epic.
YHM77 says Max Mac and Cheese was
Trash? You didn't like it?
John Richardson says, golly, man, $25.99 for a bottle of half and half?
Questions?
I don't know. They having their own conversations
What are
on
you
it.
talking about?
Pansy Valentine, it was nice to meet you as
Yes. Mwah.
well. Individual thoughts says,
I had to do
"You
and
heard
see
me.
it
All I
and-
had
yeah.
to do was see it and I knew.
Yep.
On the go with YOLO says, yep, I'm not a fan of coconut, so I didn't try a lot. Yes, let me tell y'all.
There's coconut on every menu.
Royal Caribbean has a coconut fetish.
Not a fetish.
And to the VP of the beverage that was on board, let me tell you, sir, please take some of those coconut drinks off of the bar menus. Each bar had something coconutty, 2 or 3 different coconut
Different
type
variations
drinks.
of coconut.
There was shaved coconut inside a drink that had coconut liqueur, and no, we
coconut
don't
water,
need that much coconut.
rums.
We don't need that much coconut. I know you're trying to be Caribbean and not. No, it was way too much.
Lots of coconut.
Yeah,
Lots of coconut.
that wasn't even no lime. And the lime and coconut, it was more coconut. They
It
just
was
called
a-
it coconut, but yeah, that way.
Lots.
Katie Kendrick says the lavender martini is awesome.
That daiquiri it's
Castaway Ghost said mine was the coffee boulevardier.
I could not.
Sharik says those lavender martinis are Cam Lynn for the win says coconut. Taisto, excuse me if I didn't say that right,
Hi.
coming all the way from Oslo, Norway. What's the one most horrible thing you really dislike when taking a cruise, if any?
Bad attitudes
There you go.
from the guests.
That.
Bad attitudes. If the guest is on a cruise and they're giving crew a hard time or they feel privileged because they are a guest on a cruise, that's a major turnoff for me.
Yeah.
You are paying your money and those people are working their butts off to make sure that you are having a good time. So anytime we see crew get disrespected by bad guests, that's a major turnoff.
Yeah, there was this one lady I saw. I was going to the bathroom, and she was just ripping into this guy that was cleaning the restrooms, and she was like, "Well, you should have a sign out there that says that you're about to clean the restrooms." And he was like, "But ma'am, I'm just
just doing my job. She says, I know you're just doing your job, but I'm just telling you so that you can tell everybody else that when we walk by, we need to see that there's a sign outside saying that you're getting ready to clean the bathroom so that we don't go to the bathroom. And I just looked at her like,
There's so many
For real?
restrooms on this ship that it's ridiculous.
For real?
And the comedian that was saying that somebody went off on the washi.
yes, y'all.
Like
come
threw
on. Hold on, man.
towels and stuff at
First off,
washi.
now, you don't play with the washi.
Washi is world renowned.
Because if I would have been in there,
We would have went off.
So someone threw
Towels and food.
tissue and stuff at the washi. The washi person is the happiest person on that damn ship.
Ever.
And
Works
I was
14
just
hours a
taken
day.
back when they told me that actually happened. I mean, I saw some people making fun of the washi guy. Like
I
they
make fun
go
of the
in-
washi guy, but he's fun.
Yeah, but no, they were making fun.
Oh,
not like
not joking
joy
and
fun,
dancing
like,
with him.
oh, let me put on your outfit and walk around. Look, I'm washi. That kind of BS. You know, don't do that, y'all.
Don't do that. It pisses off
Don't do that.
regular cruisers.
So yes,
like
to
us.
answer your question, what we really dislike is
Bad cruisers.
Bad cruisers. Bad
There's
entitled
nothing-
cruisers.
Yeah, there's nothing on any cruise ship that we have ever actually been like completely disappointed in because we know food is food.
Yeah.
People have different tastes. It is completely subjective.
Yeah.
Same with alcohol and drinks and things like that. Our thing is we know those people are working on a ship. They're for 6 to 8 months at a time, thousands of miles away from their home, and to get disrespected, that chaps our hide.
And I'm gonna say this because I love the people that rock with us.
Especially the crew.
If you
Hey, y'all.
are paying for your vacation and you make it your life's mission to go on vacation to find something negative to talk about
Right.
or complain about,
What's wrong
or
with you?
fuss about, let me break it down to you again. This is not your watering hole from the house. This is a cruise. It is a place to go for all walks of life. Every ship is not going to be for everybody.
Right.
Every company is not going to bend to do this for this group of people or
Nope.
this group of people from this part of the world or that part of the world. When you spend your hard-earned money and you finally decide to take the time off your job, because a lot of you feel like you have to work to death.
Mm-hmm.
Why on earth will you go on a cruise and complain? Why would you complain before you even get on the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Bobby McFerrin said, don't worry, be happy.
Be happy.
You going on vacation. Do you know how many people in this world will never get an opportunity to go on a cruise ship?
Or see the things that you're about to see.
Go to places you're going.
So be nice.
Be happy that you're blessed enough to be able to do that.
Exactly.
Because it ain't a right. It
It's
is
a
not a
privilege.
right.
It is a privilege.
Now I'm off my thing for today. I didn't think I was
Absolutely.
going to have to go out there.
I was about to say, we preaching right now.
I ain't want to
But,
go there.
but yeah, people were mean to washi.
To your sister back there, yep, that's your decanter. Thank you. Let the redeemed say so. So do you plan to go on the Star next year and wish
Possibly.
to return to Icon in the future?
Possibly.
I would love to be able to take the entire family.
Yes.
Our kids, our young adults have yet to do an Oasis class ship, and I
Yeah.
would really love to be able to take them. But at those prices right now, I can't.
It's got, yeah. Ooh, Lord.
Damien and Quana says, your favorite was the tribute, Terry. That's the one I said tastes
That's like
cereal
cereal
milk. On the go with YOLO says, that thing is always good. Marshmallow old fashioned. Yes, sir. Leanne said, thanks for the recommendation on the toasted marshmallow drink. It was so good.
Glad you liked
RN
it.
Healthy Life says, question, would you say the cost is worth it? And do you see it trending down over the next 12 to 18 months?
No. I think the cost is worth it, but I don't see it trending down. It's worth it if you plan to do one major vacation.
Yeah, that way. If you can afford it, it's worth it.
Yeah. If you're doing one major vacation for your family, like what we used to do, and you save up your coins and you're saying, I'm going to treat my family to a major vacation, this is the ship to do it on.
With that being said, however, If you book it with the thoughts of comparing it to another cruise line or another cruise ship, then you're setting yourself up for failure off the rip.
Yeah.
The Icon, there is
nothing.
I can't even say, there is nothing else out there.
There's nothing like Icon.
Like Icon, and probably will not be anything
until the
else
Star comes out
there like Icon.
Not until Star comes out next year.
Royal
did
their thing on this one. I can't even. And of course, we're not paid, we're not sponsored, we're not ambassadors. We pay for every single dime. That's why we did some things and we didn't do others. I wasn't trying to go on there and floss, be like, look at me, I'm over here, look at me, I'm doing that. No,
not at all.
We went like normal people would go that work every single day and are just thankful to have had enough money to get on board to go on the ship. Man, y'all better enjoy it. Shout out to Royal Caribbean. Y'all did y'all thing on the Icon of Seas. All right, continue going on. Fat Rasta laughing.
Oh, that's because they were. That's the part talking about the short.
Life with Us says the ship sounded like it was about to break apart one night.
That's the short talking about the creak.
Oh,
the
right
creaking in the room.
Let's see here. Want to know, here you go, says, what deck were you on with all that creaking? We were on deck 8.
We were deck 8, but we heard that it was creaking for people on deck 9, deck 14, and deck 5. So all over the ship, it was creaking.
Yeah, Eagle Rose says it was definitely creaking or the hangers tapping on the closet doors.
Yes.
Regina Williams says, hi, Addy and Terry. My husband has been watching you illegally. I hit the subscribe button for him, so now everything is good, man.
Not illegal.
Appreciate that, Regina Williams.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Watching you illegally.
I was like, huh, what?
How do you watch illegally? But thank you.
Sig says, I heard the knocking too. Sounded like someone was at the door every night. Yeah, man.
All over the ship.
Fat Rasta says, man, I hope you got some good rest when you got home, brother. Yes, I did. Everybody laughing. On the Go with Yellow says, that goat was good. I did not see the pie.
So good. The pie, it didn't look like pie. And we should have been forewarned because it was standing up.
Bruh.
Not laying down.
Wait till y'all see the clip.
When y'all see this clip of this pie.
Y'all gonna be like, for real?
Yeah.
Your sister says, you remember the first time you took her on a cruise?
Yes. And the room was creaking then too.
Nicole, it was not Big Mama's sweet potato pie.
Not grandma's.
Not even close.
It was a pastry chef's worst nightmare.
Nicole, the fork jumped back at me. I'm not even trying to. I literally.
He's not exaggerating.
The fork was like.
It bounced.
Cassandra says Royal Caribbean got you with the okie doke with the sweet potato pie.
Facts.
Yeah. Linda says, damn, Roy, y'all just couldn't get it right.
Not at all.
Carla G says it was a walk, not a run. Toilet said, dang, who made the pies?
It was a stop.
Cruising Caper says the pie was not pieing.
It was not.
Willa Dean in the house. What's up, girl?
Hey, love.
Says, they messed up my favorite dessert, the sweet potato pie.
Thank you for the sub. But yes, Terry, we literally both got excited. We were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Sweet potato pie on a cruise ship?
Bro, I was
never
so ready.
see sweet potato pie on a cruise ship.
I was so ready.
Yeah.
Halima, welcome to the Sunday Sip.
Hi.
Let's see here.
You look familiar.
She says, safe to say she won't be trying that sweet potato pie. Marvin and Marie, what's up? First timers in the house. Welcome to the Sunday Sip.
Welcome.
Welcome to the family. Hope you guys have been enjoying yourself so far. Shout out to all the family in there. Halima says, tell us about the marshmallow old fashioned.
What part? He drank like a bajillion of them.
What do you want to know other than it was good?
It's bourbon. Instead of simple
Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, instead of simple syrup, they use toasted marshmallow syrup.
Yep.
And
Angostura bitters.
everything else is the same for an old fashioned.
Boom.
And then they
take
garnish
3 little miniature marshmallows and they stick them on the little skewer.
and they actually toast them, so you get the smell of the marshmallow, and it makes Terry happy. Like to the point where he was mad that we still didn't have marshmallows from Christmas.
Because I was going to make that for the sip today.
So he's like, dang, I don't have time to go to the store.
Ooh, Eddie Miller says, question, Terry, did you do the swim up bar?
We kind of answered that before.
No,
we did not, because it was always packed.
SM Nita Vacay says, how was the mac and cheese location? I noticed on everyone's video, they never had a line.
There was never a line for any food.
Nah. Y'all, when I tell y'all it was really
spaced out, and
You could feel the space. Not only could you feel the space on the ship, you could literally see the
There's space
on the ship.
You never felt crowded. There was never a line for food. There was never, I mean, there was no wait really for any bar.
I'm starting to wonder if the color palette had anything to do
It
psychologically.
was very relaxing and very
with
calming.
How you perceived
Everything.
the areas.
Because, I mean, well, probably.
Y'all, the carpet.
Was calming and blue.
Y'all don't understand how much money they spent on carpet. Every space on that ship had different
Carpet.
color coordinated,
Yeah.
architecturally perfect carpet. That is the amount of detail they went in with the icon of the sea. See, that's something I'm pretty sure nobody
They don't think that
paid
far
attention
ahead.
to,
Yeah.
but I was literally trying to take in
Every
little detail that I could see on the ship. And the carpet.
You're so silly.
Halima says, favorite drink on the ship, and would you recommend the marshmallow old fashioned? That is one of my favorite. Yes, it is recommended.
Highly recommended. He drank a lot of them.
Valencio says, Eddie, you mean the human swim up soup bar? Yep.
That is why. And it was day and night, so it was always packed.
Darius Corey says, can you give me bottle recommendations from different common ports?
It depends what you're looking for.
Yeah, it depends on what you like.
Because some ports are going to be rum heavy, some ports are going to be tequila heavy, some ports are going to be bourbon heavy. So it depends where you're going and what you're looking for.
So the biggest thing I'll tell you is that if you're going somewhere and they have a national spirit, buy it.
Buy it.
Because you're not going to be able to get it back here in the States.
And you're not going to be able to get it shipped.
And you can probably do some samples. But if there's something that you see that's from the States, but it's at a great price, do that as well. But I normally try to find
Local
spirits that are specifically for that location. Hope that helps. Kelly says, did y'all fix that noise that was in your room?
It's nothing to
there's
fix.
nothing to fix. It's the ship.
It's the ship just creaking because it's brand new.
Nicole says, oh, Terry was drinking.
Yes.
If I would have saved the printout
Of all the drinks.
in our account, I was scrolling felt like days. Like, Jesus, we dropped that much.
That's a good thing that Royal doesn't do like Carnival with the 15 drink max. Cause child.
So let me just put it this way.
We was drinking.
If you do the deluxe drink package and you pay for the deluxe drink package,
Get your money's worth.
get your money's worth.
Order what you want because they
And-
have it, and order top shelf.
Yeah. There's so many people that get like
The
Tito's
basic stuff.
and stuff you can get at the house. Listen, man, I was drinking Macallan. I
Order
was
the top shelf.
Yeah, because it's all included.
It's
well,
included.
certain ones were
Well,
included.
ask up to the dollar amount. If you can get top shelf at included, then get it.
Yeah, Carolyn Plowden says, "Did you do the Jazz and Blues Club?" Yes, we did, and it was very, very good.
It is a vibe.
Yeah, it's if you are into jazz music, yeah, they did their thing with that one too.
If you want to do a sexy little date night on a ship, that's where you go. It's a vibe.
Yeah, everybody talking about 1400 Best Bar. Catherine says, love the menu. Had all those facts and details about the ships.
Yes.
A lot of people still saying, hello, what's up, family?
Hey.
On the go, what YOLO said, interesting. I liked the Flow Rider.
Terry did not like.
Maybe it was
he
just
drank
the
it.
first, maybe that was just that one. Maybe that one was just made off. You know, I would go back and try it again. I didn't because I didn't want to.
He drank it, but he did not enjoy it.
Question, did you say that on Icon you cannot use the coffee card at Starbucks? I used it at Starbucks on the Ovation.
They did not allow it at Starbucks. Thank you, YOLO. You are such a sweetheart.
On the go with YOLO says it tasted like a tequila lemon drop. Let's drop some dollars
Drop
for her
some
one
dollars
time.
for
Yeah,
YOLO.
appreciate that.
Thank you, boo-boo.
Sig says she loved the cable car based on your recommendation. I'd never tasted that type of drink before.
It was delicious.
And that's what it's about.
Rum,
Trying-
more
trying
rum.
something new, something different.
It was rum, more rum, and then some orange juice.
What up, nephew? He says he can't wait for the next family cruise. Already excited.
Yes.
Leanne says she actually preferred the
boo!
layout of the pub on the Oasis of the Seas. Really?
Oh.
Regina says, Addy, I forgot to tell you at 1400 they had me try a drink I would say is their version of the Virgin Entertainer. Not sure I can say the name of it on YouTube.
Oh. We got the menu. I'll look it up.
JDJRN, how was the Jazz and Blues Bar Club? If you
Fabulous.
are into jazz, then you will
They
enjoy
had
yourself there. It's a vibe.
They had a really, really good saxophonist and a very, very good trumpet.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
They were very, very, and that bass dude.
But yes,
The whole time.
it is a small venue.
Yes.
So make sure you get there early. They do have outside seating. They kind of let the windows and the doors open. That's the one part I didn't like about the venue. We did not like.
We wish the doors were closed.
Because if they're doing a party or something, or you got loud people right outside, and you're trying to get into the vibe, I know it was messing
hard.
with the performers.
Yeah.
This one night that we went.
Yeah.
But yeah, get there early.
Get there
Try
early.
to get you a good seat, like in the corner. Get you a nice good drink, and you good.
You're good.
You could chill out right there. And guess what? On the go, what Yellow said, we went in an hour and a half early to get the booth. Let's see. Leanne says Trinidadian bartender Janelle was the best at the dueling bar.
Yes, she was awesome. She's the one that made the cereal drink.
Yep.
And as soon as I told her what he said about it, she said, I understand.
And she says, I like the walk-up window. Yes, so there is a walk-up window from the hall that you can walk up, order a drink. You don't have to go into
it's the best
the lounge
thing
to do that. So
ever.
You can stand on the outside and watch because you're going to have to.
Or get a cocktail and go.
Yeah, just pew, pew, pew. There was a lot of that. There were a lot of places where you could do that. Just get a cocktail and head on off into the sunset. Six says there was a solo something drink at the jazz bar that I really loved.
Oh, that's the one that I had. That's the one that was like a whiskey sour, but topped with the Cabernet.
Yeah. Let me see. Do I have the menu for?
No, that's Bubbles.
No, I don't have that one.
Yeah,
I do. Hold on, let me see.
What was it called?
And Blues. They had
Solo Sour.
Yeah, Sam's Solo Sour. That was Jack Daniel's Rye, Lemon Juice, Vent by Robert Mondavi, Cabernet Sauvignon, Simple Syrup, and Aquafaba.
Love it. I liked it too, Sig. That was delicious.
Lavina says, hey, family, my fellow sippers. I'm late, but I'm here. Glad to have you up in here.
Thank you.
Phil and D says, what's up, fam? Looks like everyone had a blast on board. Can't wait for the content.
It was a vibe. And even though there were so many content creators on board, it was not like Wonder where we were constantly running into other content creators.
Frederick Henry says, y'all never make them pop rock sounds again. Catherine said, awful location. Sydney says, question, did playmakers get congested when having to walk through it to get to the ice rink?
A little.
Just a little bit. Because it's a little narrow in some spots, but yeah.
Yeah, and that was the only way you could get to the ice rink was through playmakers.
Let's see. M. Woodford says, did the influencers hang out like usual on the icon, or was everyone focused on their own experiences? I love seeing everyone pop up in each other's videos. Just didn't feel like I saw that much this trip.
There was a lot of us, but you just didn't run into people like that.
So on this particular trip, one night the red party. Was kind of like the influencer kind of like hangout. For some reason, it happened on the Wonder.
Yes.
All the influencers kind of showed up, but everybody was so busy trying to get the content for the click. Unless you were in that particular creator's clique, so to speak,
you didn't really hang out.
Everybody was kind of like focused on their own thing. There wasn't.
It wasn't like we were being mean to each other or ignoring each other.
Like it was more conversation
like,
on the Wonder than this time. But it was understandable because there was so much ship to shoot.
Much.
So much ship to shoot.
And then if we didn't see each other, we texted each other and was like, hey, how you doing? Yeah. Sorry we didn't get to hang out.
On the Go says, did you try Izumi on the Go?
That was the one spot in Central Park we did not get to try.
Nope, didn't get a chance.
And it is a la carte. It is, because I did want the waffle. But the waffle is $8. And I forgot to look at
everybody was on that thing too.
The waffle, the little bubble waffle, because the waffle was basically the ice cream cone, and then it had different flavors of ice cream that you could put inside. But the reason I didn't do it is because I had just eaten the crepe.
That thing was good.
So I didn't want more sweet. So no, we didn't get to try it.
JDJRN says, is Vitality juices and smoothies included in the refreshment drink package?
Yes.
Crystal B says the overlook and the pods were my absolute favorite area on the ship.
And your daughter's so cute.
Regina says Vitality Cafe is awesome. My cabin was on deck 14, so it was very convenient.
Perfect.
Sig says the Ryan Bean was my favorite.
It's our favorite.
She says, did y'all try to overlook Spritz? I thought it was good and refreshing.
It was delicious. Yes.
Good Tea Nice House says, how is the cruise director? I heard you hardly see him. I'm on the Icon in 3 weeks.
We actually ran into him on the elevator.
Yeah,
thank you, Natasha.
Thank you, Natasha, for that super chat. Let me drop some dollars on you real quick. I think he was in the places that he needed to be when he was there.
Yep.
A lot of people, you got to remember that the cruise director is in charge of the entertainment on board. Mm-hmm. So when you don't see them around, that means that they're checking
doing
on
stuff.
their job, which is in different areas of the ship. They're not just like... and even on
MCs.
Carnival, a lot of people think that they're just entertainers and MCs.
No.
They actually oversee the department.
Everything.
So they are on the move all the time to make sure that entertainment in different areas is going up the plan. They still have to have
From
meetings
the kids all
throughout
the way
day.
to the adult stuff.
They're not just there to entertain the guests. They have an entire job daily
Mm-hmm.
that they have to do, to include the morning shows and to do the wrap ups at night, to the recaps and all that stuff. But he was there.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty good. I mean, he was, it was some cruise director.
Yeah, he was nice.
McCrenna says, how much was the drink package for this sailing?
Let's just say it was a whole nother cruise.
2 people? Yeah, about 15 plus.
It's a whole nother cruise.
Yeah. 6 says she lived in the Overlook. Brian Martin says, was the ship at full capacity?
No, and on purpose. They did not want the inaugural sailing to be completely packed and stress out the crew or the guests. So it was not completely packed. It was 56? No, that's too many.
No. It's
40.
Like 48 or something?
4,800 people on board, not including crew. So they did not want to put too much stress on the guests. So it was not at full capacity. But all the quad cabins, correct me if I'm wrong, Damien, Mr. Icon, the quad cabins and the triple cabins were full. But the doubles and solos were not.
Yeah, I think for the insiders, they still had technicians and people that were still working on the ship.
And they were still living in those.
Because they're still working on the ship little bit by little bit,
Oh,
just
yeah.
not a lot.
Yeah.
On the go with YOLO, I agree. The chili mac needed way more chili. I didn't taste hardly any. That's why I only had it one time.
Yeah. It wasn't like dark like a chili mac usually would be.
6 says she had the best food experience ever on Icon. I would book again if the prices drop.
Did you do specialty or are you speaking purely from included dining?
Right.
Let me know, Sig.
Tanya Gray says, question, are all the new restaurants on Icon going to be repeated on Star of the Seas? We're booked for August next year, so curious.
I would say so. Usually for a certain class of ship, Royal will do a exact replica.
Yeah.
So everything on one ship will be on the next.
It should be. I don't see them doing too much different. They may tweak a little something here or there, but
yeah.
Yeah. Valerie Ayers says we are going on the Allure next week.
We are going to, welcome. Have fun.
Yeah, we're going on
We're
that
going
thing
there
too.
for Super Bowl.
Path of Ancient says the milkshake bar sounds nice.
It's nice. I ain't going to lie. I just wish it was included.
Brian Pickens, thank you. Yeah, we've had way over like 400.5 people on here, 383 thumbs up. We'd like
Thank you guys for staying because we are over our time.
I didn't realize that we were here, but I know a lot of people wanted to hear more
Yeah,
about
so
the Icon.
We're here as long as y'all got questions.
Shout out to Arc Adventures. It was so nice meeting you both as well. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello.
Did you walk off the Giovanni's?
Yeah, man. Sig says, yes, I felt like this was one of the easiest new ships to navigate.
It was.
Brandy Campbell says, which ship is best for 40 to 50-year-old couples?
Depends what those 40 to 50-year-old couples like to do because that is us.
Yeah.
And we like all the ships.
We can get crunk or we can chill. So it just
so
depends.
it depends on what you're trying to do on that ship. Are you going to relax? Are you going to have fun? Are you going for adventure? Are you going for the itinerary?
Yeah.
That's a loaded question, darling.
Yeah. Captain Hemmingtorch says, so which is better, Oasis class or Icon? I'm booked on both Icon and Utopia 2025. I believe the Icon is best for families and Utopia seems best for adults. Thoughts?
Ooh, that's actually kind of tough because Utopia is supposed to be like a bigger Wonder, right? But for shorter
Nothing
vacation.
is touching the Icon, not even their
Icon,
new Oasis class ships.
Yeah, Wonder was great, but Icon is Icon.
Yeah.
And for it to be built for families, we had a great time.
Yeah, just us.
And if you don't go to an area that is meant for families, like Surfside, you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
But we ate brunch in Surfside, or we ate, not brunch, dinner in Surfside. We went to Surfside for drinks.
Yeah.
Some of the better snacks are in Surfside, like the churros. So, so you're not missing out on anything just because it's a family ship. So,
Yeah. JDJRN says, sorry, late to the party. What is the Crown's Edge?
Crown's Edge is the adventure thing. It's like a mashup between a ropes course and zip line.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
That's really it.
That's really
It feels like you're doing a little
You
skydiving, a little zip lining, a little walking the plank. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a walking the plank because you are off the ship.
Rachel says, hey fam, what's the best hotel to stay at before you book your cruise or sail on your cruise in Miami?
Oh, that's another loaded question.
Yeah, that's going to be dependent on your budget, where you want to stay,
style.
how close you want to be. Yeah, but I would recommend one of my new favorites,
The Moxie.
the Moxie. It's very affordable. It's virginish. It's really sexy. It gives you all the high-end amenities of other
Oh my God, good food.
hotels, but at a really, really, really great price. So check out the Moxie. Sugar says Icon looks like it has a lot of different drinks. It
Way
does.
too many. Way too many.
Sig agrees. I think Icon was the one true ship that had something for everyone and every type of person.
Every type of person.
Yes, we did go to the jazz club. Anna Q says facts beds for all on
Virgin.
Crew was awesome. I met so many from other sailings.
Yes.
Ronald Britt says, love y'all. Thank you for your honest, truthful, and entertaining coverage. Royal Caribbean marketing team deserves a major hand clap. The coverage of this ship has been incredible.
We agree.
And think about it. A lot of people went and they didn't even get paid for doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got us on this one.
They got us on this one.
Anna Q says, question, not factoring in the price, will you say that the Icon of the Seas is your favorite royal ship?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Not if price wasn't a factor, rating all the ships that we've sailed with Royal, Icon is the Icon.
Yeah, you could almost be on that ship and not do everything.
Yeah, because we did not do everything, and we were there for a week.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We didn't get to...
I guess that's something to say now.
Yeah.
The Icon of the Seas is now our favorite
Royal ship.
Royal Caribbean ship.
Because we didn't do the spa like we wanted to. We didn't do specialty dining. We did not do all the bars.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a lot that we did not do, but on purpose because we did not want to overload ourselves. So, yeah.
Yeah. Madison, I hope you heard the answer to the question. I know we talked about it a little while ago, but we did go to the jazz club. It was really nice. Catherine says she had the smash burger at base camp. It was great.
Really? Okay.
Chuck Garrett says, how was Bolero's? If you've been to
It's a Bolero's.
It's a Bolero's.
It's Bolero's.
It was Bolero.
They did their thing.
Yeah, man. But not as
loud,
and not
as often.
energetic as other ships, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Foodie says, on the elevator banks, did they tell you what was at each deck? How did you know which deck Playmakers was on if they didn't? So at the very top, inside of the elevator, they had a guide.
Yeah, of what was on each deck.
Yeah.
Stanley was, it
And
was
then
like...
next to each elevator,
There was a
map.
map.
So you either saw it while you were waiting outside to double check, or you could see it once you get inside.
It was so funny because Stanley was like, I didn't even see that till like Wednesday.
Right, no, right? Lisa Jameson says, Terry, I enjoyed watching you with the Pimp Cup review and wearing that expensive chain.
Thank you.
Thank
She's
you.
referring to our live that we did on the ship.
Yeah, and the short with the $50,000 chain. I think I'm one of 4 people that actually
Got to wear it.
got to wear that chain. Shout out to that. Foodie says she's allergic to coconut. I have to go all over the menu.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'm allergic to it too. A lot of it is garnish, but if you are allergic to the actual coconut like me, they can strain it or leave it out. Or if you are allergic to like coconut water or coconut flavoring, Yeah, search through that menu.
Foodie says Woodford Reserve coffee. That had to be good. Yes,
He
it was.
loved it.
Crystal says, I'm not a fan of coconut and coconut drinks, but Royal's coconut cookies are delicious.
I can't eat them because of the actual coconut, and I was mad because
Double
they looked
XYZ
good.
Gamer said, question, hello, Addy and Terry. How was the food on Caribbean night? Did it taste as good as it looked on your live vlog? And did they have Caribbean foods in the Windjammer every night?
Caribbean food was delicious. The curry goat was the truth. No, it was not available every night, but Indian food was. They had a selection of Indian food every day, and they had a selection of Asian food every day.
So each night had a different theme. The very first one I missed again, like I missed on the air, on
Was
the
the
ascent.
seafood brunch.
Was the seafood brunch, which everybody was, crab legging that
Raving
thing
about.
down. And then each night there was a different one. So Caribbean night, Indian night, you had
Mexican night.
Mexican night, yeah.
Yeah, so. But it was delicious. We have no complaints over the food. It was food.
Motor City 313 says, any idea why we can't book Wonder of the Seas beyond April of 25?
No.
No, don't
It's
know.
either going to be in dry dock or overseas.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it would be dry docked already, but never know with
Oh,
Royal.
Catherine came back and responded. She said the schedule comes out week of February 12th.
Oh, okay, there you go. I was about to say they either that or they just don't have the itineraries ready.
Brianna Michelle, thank you. And no, we did not get a chance to experience Empire Supper Club this trip.
Now we got to go back.
JDJ says it may be moving transatlantic or going offline for renovations.
Right. They may not have itineraries built for it yet.
Damien and Quanda says that was horrible. Washi was such a nice guy.
He's so sweet.
Yeah, everybody they were picking on Washi.
He was taking pictures with little kids because every day he was wearing a different costume of food.
On the go with YOLO
So,
says,
yeah.
I have loyalty, but dang, the pinnacles were in full effect. Yo, I kept looking and I was like, do they work here? Because, okay, so if you don't know, when you get to status
Pinnacle.
on Royal, which you would think would be more like on a premium ship, they get the little name tags.
I thought they worked on the ship.
I did too. But then I noticed that they were a little more mature. But yeah, there were a lot of them.
There was a lot of pinnacles.
Yeah, it was the dynamics were real. Hannah Q says, they're going to show up whenever they're on vacation or not.
Oh, yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Life too short to not be happy. I agree.
Let's see. Brother Mallard always coming through. Did you know there are 25 new cruise ships coming out between 2024 and 2028?
Jesus Lord. That's a lot.
Chastity M says, hello, beautiful people. Agree totally about being nice to people, especially the people who are working hard to make your vacation amazing.
Like, dude.
Catherine, thank you. Yes, we're about 200 subscribers away from 15K. Yes, if you're not subscribed, if this is your first time, hopefully you like the content. We would love that you join the family. But we're really glad to have you here. Just even
absolutely.
paying attention to us. Motor City 313 says, thank you for the chat. Let's see more comments about, that's not cool for people picking on the crew members. Brother Steve in the house.
Steve.
He says, hot take. Icon and star prices will not come down dramatically ever. They are pricing per day relative to the Disney resorts, not other cruises.
Facts.
There you go.
That's exactly why.
Take a screenshot of that. Remember that, y'all.
That they're pricing per day to match other family
get your coins
focused
together.
Vacations. They're not going against other cruise lines. They're going against other family focused vacations. So that's your resorts, that's your major water parks and theme parks and things like that.
Hey, y'all know what time it is. Y'all better take them refunds, and if you want to go on the Icon, make that a bucket list with the refund for 2024. I'm just saying.
God.
Anna Q says, I'm more of a bang for your buck type of gal. I don't mind splurging and spending, but it has to be worth what I pay.
Facts.
100%. JDJ says, you don't think the Icon compares to the newest, biggest Disney ship? No.
You could fit 3 of those inside of Icon.
Yeah, but even that, I don't think Disney's going to have the same kind of... It's gonna be Disney. I could be wrong.
We could be wrong because we have not done the Wish, and then Treasure is coming out soon.
I could be wrong. Disney could be sitting back like, okay, so I see you with the pearl. I'm gonna raise you a Death Star in the middle of this bad boy.
They will not though because that's not classic.
Can you imagine a Death Star?
That would be epic.
Yeah. Okay. Brother Mallon says the price will not go down. The ship costs $2 billion.
Yep.
Facts. Sig says, I wasn't a Royal fan at all until Icon. That's the only class I would sell again.
Wow.
All right, Sig, let's see. She's a convert to the Edge class for
Yes.
Celebrity, and now she's a convert to Royal for the Icon.
Who's next, Sig? Who's next?
On the go with Yellow, so the rooms creaked 2 on 12.
It was the whole ship.
Carolyn Plowden says, I priced it for 26 and it was 4,000 inside for 2.
Still. And for 2026. Jesus.
Williams World 325 says, my wife just called me out. I'm sorry it took me so long to subscribe. It is all right, brother. I understand. It be
We
that way
appreciate
sometimes, man.
you being here. Thank you so much.
Cut and Paper says, hey, everyone, late but first time. I'm glad to have you here,
Thank
Cut and
you.
Paper. Welcome to the Sunday Sip. Glad to have you. Let's see. Captain Hemi Torch says, does Carnival need an answer to Icon? Not bigger, but something formidable. I prefer Carnival over Royal. I personally think it would be a game changer for Carnival and cruising in general.
Actually, Carnival's already in the works for that. They're doing something bigger
Yeah.
and something that they think is a match to Royal.
Yeah, and I completely forgot. We are 2.5 hours
Yes,
in.
we are.
And we forgot to talk about the biggest surprise of the cruise,
What?
Hideaway Bay.
Oh, Jesus, Lord.
I don't believe we've been on here this long.
And we ain't talk about the new part of Coco K.
Oh, man.
Okay, so y'all.
Yeah.
So you know how
Yeah.
Perfect Day at Coco K is its whole new thing that Royal's been doing, right? And now they have the adults only area that you got to pay a little bit of money to get inside. Well, when we tell you that this area is totally worth it, y'all, we had a vibe. We had a jam.
Man. Schooner Bar, Regina.
It is so nice when we say that there's a massive pool, one big giant pool, and it's heated. So you're not freezing your butt off just hanging out in the pool all day. So you have the huge, massive pool, the DJ's in the pool, the bar's in the pool. Then you have the beach, where the beach is gorgeous. Calm water, so you could just sit in the water, or you could swim in the water, or do what you want in the water. There's palapas in the water, so you can have your cocktail. There's hammocks in the water. There's swings in the water. I mean,
Man.
not to mention the cabanas.
So, let me put it this way.
It's a vibe.
I saw other people that were on the original part of Perfect Day,
Yeah.
and it was like crickets.
Yeah.
There was nobody in
At
the
the
pool.
Oasis Lagoon, which is normally
Nobody
crowded.
was in there. Like 2 people.
Which is normally crowded. So all the people that would normally be at Oasis Lagoon were at Hideaway Bay.
So not only did Royal knock it out the park with the Icon, they completely knocked it out the park with the adults only area. Even though I'm going to say it, I'm going to be 1,000. And if you have sailed on Virgin Voyages and you've been to Beach Club at Bimini, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a rip off of
Bimini.
But with that being said, they improved it.
Oh, they stepped up Bimini.
They improved it. The what's it, the Paradise Place, they have an entire building just
Oh, the
dedicated.
Slice of Paradise.
Slice of Paradise
Pizza.
is a
On the
pizzeria,
beach.
not like a little cubicle where you walk up and get
No.
pizza. It is an entire building.
A giant pizzeria on the beach.
So you
And
can
it's
just
included.
you can just go grab a slice,
And they have 4 different kinds of pizza. Of
and
which
connected to that you had the bar. And connected to that you had the bathrooms.
it was gorgeous. And then the actual regular food that was at the Hideaway Bay was a stepped up menu of what you would get in other parts of Coco Cay. So not only did you get your funnel cakes and hot dogs and hamburgers and things like that, but you had a coconut shrimp basket. You had Caesar salad where you can get coconut shrimp or regular shrimp or any other thing that you wanted on it. You could also get the fish sandwich.
That fish sandwich, y'all. So I had the I had the secret menu item trash.
Oh yeah, because we asked if there was a secret menu. He said the burger has a secret sauce.
Well, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
It was a burger.
I knew you were just gonna run off.
I didn't say what it was.
You just said what it was.
It's a burger.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything about
Oh, well, you should warn me before you do that.
it. Dude said, don't say nothing about it.
He said we could tell what it was, just not what it is.
Oh, okay.
If we could figure out what it is.
But the fish sandwich.
That fish sandwich was A1. And the bar, the live band, the On the Rocks, they was jamming.
The cabanas I thought were not going to be worth the price that they were charging. I changed my mind. However, I don't change my mind for paying for it by myself. I think the basic cabana, you can get up to 8 people.
Yes.
And I think those started about $7 or so.
$7.99.
$7.99. So once you split that cost with
It's
everybody,
about $100 a person.
that's in there, it's worth it. Mm-hmm. The larger cabana, which starts at $19.99,
But it's also
is
got a swim up pool,
way bigger and has a swim up pool.
a private swim up
And
pool.
it's kind of quiet down there.
Yeah, so I only recommend those if you are trying to do something swanky with just your group.
Yeah, anniversaries, birthdays, celebrations, girls, groups
Because
out, weekends,
It
something like
is
that.
a distance away from the rest of the party and
But
the
it's not
main
that
pool.
far.
So if you're trying to party, you're not going to be, you're walking distance, but you're not like included. But y'all, Hideaway Bay is a vibe.
Yeah.
You do need to take a tram to it though.
It is not included. You must pay, and
Yes.
listen to me very carefully. Pre-book it because the price does go up once you hit the island.
Yes.
Considerably. But it is definitely worth going if you just want to go.
And it
was
varies depending on the length of your cruise.
1000% spring break vibes. You had the dancing girls
Oh,
and the
the
champagne
champagne
showers. Yeah, I know that sounds kinky and weird, but
You get
the heated pool.
that's the winner for me.
If you are one of those people that don't like to get in cold water, if you don't like getting in water, let me tell you, that will change your mind. The pool was 100% heated.
Not like
Heated pool. What is she doing? I swear we're trying to be a professional show. She just up and walked off the set. Oh, okay. I see where you had to go. So yeah, Hideaway Bay is a definitely must do if you are going to Perfect Day. I was not a fan of Perfect Day until this weekend. And now I think every time we get an opportunity to go, that's exactly where I am going. Shout out to Lisa Graves. Good evening. Coming all the way in from Harlem, New York. Yeah, that's what's up. Let's see. Leanne says Royal Caribbean needs to get it together with their pricing for excursions and venues. While we paid more for Hideaway Beach than other ships offering it as low as $49 for the same experience.
it varies depending on
Length of
the length of the cruise.
Yep. April Johnson says we're trying to choose between the Carnival Celebration or Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas. Which one would you recommend?
Icon, if you can afford it.
Yeah, if it's within your budget, go for the Icon.
Nothing against Carnival Celebration because
all.
that is a great ship, especially for families. But if you can afford Icon, I think for all age groups,
Yeah, if you want the ultimate experience right now, I would
Icon.
say Icon of the Seas. Let's see. Rahima Ben says, how far out did you guys book your cruise and the approximate cost? I want to go on the ship, but the prices.
we booked a year out.
Yeah, we booked over a year out, and the price we actually booked the day they were announced, and the prices were astronomical. We actually lost our first
We
booking
booked, it canceled.
and was not going to go. And then something came up, and we decided to go ahead and make the trip. Even that, it was a little less, but it wasn't much. But for anybody that's wanting to book a trip, I just unless you got the coins and you can just do it spur of the moment, great. But most people have to
If you're going into debt
work
for
it
this,
into your budget. And yes, do not go into debt.
don't go into debt.
You know that's the old saying, keeping up with the Joneses. We kept up with the Bibbs this weekend. I wasn't trying to keep up with nobody. I wasn't trying to go over my means. I wasn't
But
trying
you're like
to,
that for every cruise.
I wasn't coming back to the house looking at my credit card saying, yo,
No.
good Lord.
No.
Nah.
Nothing went on the credit card.
And I had a great time.
And we had a fabulous,
great
fabulous
time.
time.
But I will say, if you drink, get that drink package.
Yes.
It comes in handy.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. We got a couple of more questions. We try to get. We're almost to the end because I'm hungry.
Yeah. Pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody's talking about Utopia. Utopia is Oasis class. It's going to be the newest Oasis class. It's going to be it's the next big sister to Wonder. She is going to be short sailings only.
And the only reason you're not hearing anybody really talking about Utopia
It's because Icon.
Icon is the thing right now.
Icon.
Give it about 3 or 4 months, and then
You'll see the whole thing for Utopia.
It's gonna flip because Royal's got to put
We got to put some
butts
money
and
into
seats on that one
Yes.
too. So they're gonna switch it up. But right now, the thing is Icon,
Yes.
Icon. And like I said from one of the people earlier in the comments, they are just overwhelmed with so much Icon. I think this one, because it was covered so well leading up to and during the shakedowns, is what did it. And that's what I was saying before to people about going on the inaugural, is by the time you get on there and you're breaking your neck to show and shoot everything, most people would have done it 2-3 weeks prior to.
Yeah.
So I think you're probably going to see the hoopla die down faster for this one than you will for Utopia. Let's see here. A couple of people saying it's $33.99 on my sailing in May. Maybe the ship. I think they may have adjusted the price.
It does vary from ship to ship and length.
Yeah, because I'm going back this weekend,
and it was like $30.
It was like $33.99 as well. Natasha, thank you for your super chat. Crystal B says, going in and out of the ice rink, all smelled was hot chicken wings, and it smelled damn good.
It's true.
It did. We didn't even talk about that. There's so see what
We didn't because we didn't.
we
Eat
may have had.
Playmakers.
We should have thought about this. We should have
didn't
had a
eat
part
Playmakers.
1 and a part 2 of our honest review because there's so much to cover.
Damien and
Damien and
Quanda.
Quanda, thank you for your super chat.
Hideaway Beach. See, Mr. Icon, even after the icon.
What I say? What I
We
miss?
keeps calling it Hideaway Bay. It's Hideaway Beach.
See, Hideaway Bay, Hideaway Beach, potato.
Hideaway Bay sounds better.
Hideaway at Coco K. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Hideaway.
Hideaway at Coco K. But thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you, guys.
Mr. Icon got us correct.
Mr. Icon.
Hold on a minute. Let me check my contract. Make sure I said the right thing.
I know. We don't
Hold
want
on.
to get. We don't want to get flagged by Mr.
there we go.
Icon. Love you guys.
JDJ RN says, love your presentation of conversation and content. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's see. Leanne says, that's so not fair for cruisers who pay way more for their sailing on the Icon to pay more to go there. That sucks.
Aw.
Chris
It
B
does.
says, thanks, Addy, and she loves your laugh.
Thank you,
On
sweetheart.
the go with YOLO says, same cruise director for all their inaugural sailings. Supposedly, he is the guy. So
He's the man.
Six says, the convenience of the drink package was worth it to me. I love just getting a drink and going, nothing to sign.
Yes.
Facts. Quanda says, all quads and triples were booked to capacity.
So the families was in effect.
Life with Sandy says, keep an eye out on the price if you book it. My original price was $60. Days later, it dropped to $40. That's on Oasis next week at Leanne.
Oh, absolutely. Because Royal does a lot of sales with their excursions. So you just gotta watch for it.
Six said she did included dining only and had the best experience. Dining would be a bonus, I'm sure.
True. Very true. Same with us. We only did included dining too, except for base camp. And so everything was delicious.
JDJ, there are no solo cabins on board the Icon.
I was
of
wrong.
The seas.
I apologize.
I think a couple other people were saying that out in the streets as well. But
Okay.
yeah, as far as I know, Mr. Icon, correct us, but there are
There's
solo
no solo
cabins.
cabins. You can book solo.
Yeah, you can go as a single person and pay that
You do have a single supplement,
single supplement.
but there's no
But there's no
solo
like on
cabins
Norwegian
like
where they
Norwegian.
have. Yeah, no, there's none of that. Nope.
I was mistaken.
Cut and Paper says, thanks for sharing them on the icon at the end of the month. Again, thanks.
Oh,
Tazetta
have fun.
says, we can't wait to be on Icon on Super Bowl weekend. We feel like we know much of the things from your videos and explanations. Thank you both.
You are welcome.
Tazetta, very much.
Okay, so on that note, I feel like if you're going for Super Bowl, you're going to have to watch the game in Playmakers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't recall. Was there a TV in the pub?
No, and well, there were a couple around, unless they pull out a screen or something. That would
Maybe
be the only.
in Spotlight Karaoke.
But they may not even focus on Super Bowl. They
Why
may
would
just
they
let
not
it. They
focus
may
on
just
Super
let it play
Bowl?
in
Playmakers.
Playmakers.
That's what I'm saying. They would have to
Or
watch it
they
in
could
Playmakers.
show it if it's not one of the shows. They could do it in the theater.
Oh yeah, they could.
Yeah, they could
But-
always show it in the theater.
but
Or in
Wizard of
music
Oz or
hall
Super Bowl.
or something. Yeah,
So yeah, that's
but
what
I
was
don't
thinking.
know. I don't know. We don't know.
We
about
we
that.
hope that there's a place for you to watch it and let loose.
Stephanie June, aka Steph says, off topic. Sorry, all I know is Icon chat right now. But is there a deadline for getting with you on booking Sisterhood at Sea 25?
Not at the moment.
No, you are good to
You're
go.
good to go for now. I won't close bookings for that until probably later this year.
Yeah. Captain Hemi Touch says, thanks, Addy and Terry, for your insight. I most certainly was wondering about the usefulness of Surfside for adults.
Oh, yeah.
Although I have a 10 and a 1-year-old, can't wait to experience both to see.
Okay, so the pool area in Surfside is adorable. They have the whole little water play area for the older kids, even though most of the older kids are going to want to be upstairs at the water park. Hands down. It depends on how tall your kid is. At 10-year-old, they might be tall. Long as they're 48 inches, they can do all the slides. But in the baby area, they have a baby waterscape, which has little spurts of water and pour buckets and all kinds of cute stuff for little ones. That part was adorable. And all of the pools are only about 3.5 feet deep. So kids are safe. What are you doing? Are you? You got it? Oh, you dropped the bar cam.
Oh, the camera switched back to me? My bad.
I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, shoot. I must have hit the button. I was trying to grab my bottle.
Oh, you grabbing the stormtrooper.
Yeah.
What's in the stormtrooper? I need a footrest. Sorry.
All right. We're getting there. I just lost the mic. Okay.
There we go.
Trying to sneak and get my bottle. Empress Netta says, we're cruising on Icon this May to celebrate 20th year wedding anniversary.
Oh, wow.
First off, man, congratulations to you and your boo for that. Plus vow renewal. Okay.
Okay, so from the pictures that we saw people taking inside of the Pearl during formal night, you're going to have some beautiful pictures.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. The photographer was all laying on the ground trying to get this angle.
Yeah, brother was working. Brother was working.
So I can tell you, if you're doing your vow renewal and then you're including the photo package, you're going to get some beautiful pictures.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine.
That way.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. Crystal B says the biggest royal expense we experienced was the on-site parking, $35 a day at $245.
Ooh, child.
Captain Hemingtor says, so you guys need to drop a video of your top 10 ships going from 10 to 1. Please and thank you. At least top 5.
We will.
We got you.
We got you.
Trey Armstrong says, I'll be on February 10th and can't wait. Foodie
Nice.
says, the Pimp Cup Live was hilarious. I watched it again. Thank you. Yeah, even though I was talking over Addy after I said, I'm not going to do any talking. Yeah. On the go with Yellow said, yep, so schedule's not released.
There you go.
Sugar said, I watch so much bloggers on the Icon. I'm tired of it. I guess I have nothing else to do since I'm on medical leave for my knee replacement.
Oh, no.
But what a gorgeous ship. But I know the ship without being on it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That part.
Shout out to Palmer's Own Holiday from Down Under coming in to say the cruise
love.
looked amazing. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the replay.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Thank you for chiming in.
Fawn says, do they sell a drink package or all alcoholic drinks a la carte?
It's a drink package. It's called the deluxe drink package, and that one is the one that includes everything. Then they have the refreshment package, which is all drinks without alcohol, And then they have the soda package, and then they have the coffee package, and then they have just water for your cabin. That's one of his birthday gifts, y'all.
For a head.
He refills it with his favorite of choice. Which one is that one?
It's bourbon.
I know it's a bourbon. It smells like a bourbon. Which bourbon? Can you tell by smell which bourbon it is?
Cooper's Craft, 100 proof.
You sipping 100 proof right now.
Easy Selling says stars prices aren't crazy today. I'm a grown man. Now tomorrow might be another story.
We ain't doing nothing but going to sleep. So.
Chastity M says, let's get our family to 15. Thank you. BK
Thank
to the
you.
fullest says, Terry up here giving Disney free gems. Charge them. They got it. Easy Selling says, Disney is Disney. It's one thing to be all things to all people, but having a targeted niche also matters. Disney Virgin Viking.
Facts.
Alicia Nicole says, I booked October 22. We have a spacious interior.
Thank you for subscribing.
For our family of 4, 3,200. I'm so happy I booked then because with these prices, I would never be going.
That's a good deal for family of 4.
Woo! Give it up for somebody doing the homework.
Yes, and especially for the spacious interior, because the spacious interior is actually a very nice cabin. Very, very nice. It's actually enough space. What it is basically the interior of what an ocean view size cabin would be. So it's got lots more space. Good deal.
6 says, it reminded me when we're talking about Hideaway Beach, but I thought Hideaway Bay was better, and the pizza, mine, was better than on the ship.
Thank you. We didn't get to get any pizza.
Carnival is building a new ship, but will Carnival get it right? Do you want a larger Excel class, or do you think Carnival needs something more like a park, a boardwalk, or do you not want that for Carnival? Well, let's see.
I don't want that
Not
for
that
Carnival.
I want to talk about Carnival, but real quick, you notice that they announced, and they need it, on Freeport, their knockoff version
Celebration
of Perfect
Bay.
Day.
Celebration
If you
Bay.
look at those pictures, it's literally a knockoff of Perfect Day, Hideaway Beach, and Bimini, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's needed because there's nothing really
There's
else
nothing new for
there
Carnival.
to do. So
Oh, at Freeport, yeah.
let me break it down. My hat goes out to all these companies that are coming out with something innovative or something to enhance their brand and their products. Because think about it, most of the ships that have been out there prior to, let's just say, the last 10 years have been sailing for quite some time. Outdated technology, not very environmentally conscious. You know, some of the decor when you walk in some of those ships feels like, you know, you go into your grandparents' house that used to have the plastic on the furniture, except they took their plastic off. So it's good to see different things for different people on different cruise lines, and each one having their own individuality.
Yes.
I only think that's going to continue to bring new people into cruising, because you would be amazed at just how many new cruisers there are on a daily. There are people that still don't even know what a cruise ship is, y'all. You got to
Which
keep it
is so sad.
There are people that have never taken their very first cruise yet.
Oh.
So I think that having all those different options that appeal to a lot of different people, not only the people that have been there for quite some time, but, you know, people that are just kind of putting their feet in the water, no pun intended, getting into cruise
That was
life.
clever.
Yeah, get into the cruise life.
Yes.
Rachel Maglione says, how was the shows on the Icon of the Seas?
Okay, so we gonna go there.
Yeah.
When we talk about shows on Royal, they're in a class of their own, because the production shows get not only just the talent from the cast, but you get the production crew, the what do you call the people that build the sets? Those people?
Tech.
The tech. Oh my gosh, sorry, John. Our daughter's boyfriend is tech. How did I not forget that? I mean, sorry, how did I forget? But you get the production people, the tech people, the lighting people. Mm-hmm. On Royal, there is no match.
Nah, you can't mess with Royal when it comes to entertainment. I'm
So
sorry.
when we found out that it was going to be The Wizard of Oz as the main production show, we were kind of like, Wizard of Oz? Right?
Yeah.
But when we saw the show, The way they did the yellow brick road, they actually made a tornado. I mean, like the tornado, they had wind going through the audience.
You felt the wind like the tornado was in the theater.
Dorothy got lifted up on her bed.
Her bed flew over my head. I thought the thing was going to follow me and I was going to be like the Wicked Witch.
Oh my God. So they take it to a whole nother level. The flying monkeys were flying.
They look like the flying monkeys from the movie.
Like the flying monkeys
Bruh,
from the movie.
No cap.
So, costume.
Ooh.
Y'all did y'all's thing.
Yeah, man.
The scene when they get to Oz and they go and get all pretty and what you call it? The costumes. They do their thing. So Wizard of Oz, A+. The Aqua Show, it wasn't even completed, y'all.
They did, yeah, that thing. Bro.
We only saw 30 minutes of a 45-minute show. Not because it's just because they didn't have enough time.
They only put water in the pool
2 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago. So this is their first time actually being able to do the full part of that show with water. I kept asking Terry, how they practice with no water? But anyway, the 30 minutes we did see, it's called Aqua Action, and it's like a mashup of all the different action movies. Yeah. So you got James Bond music, you got Pirates of the Caribbean music, you had some Star Wars music. I mean, it was amazing. Amazing. And then
the ice show.
The ice show. Dude, what other ship did we see the juggler dude on?
He was on the inaugural for Wonder.
Because he was...
It was...
If I was a child, I would have been mesmerized. I was mesmerized in an adult.
The only thing I did not like was the comedy.
But he was fun. But they were funny.
They were okay. But if that's what everybody was getting all week, I was not.
I'm not impressed. So if that was the same show that would have been in the attic, I wouldn't have gone to the main show that we saw at the end.
No.
But I thought they were funny. They go on a hill for some of them jokes they were saying.
Oh yeah. But with that being said, yes, the entertainment is going to be subjective. So everybody's not going to like all types of entertainment. But if you are into production shows, theater, if you like that kind of thing, and you like
Broadway,
glamour, their shows are second to none. They spare no expense.
No expense on production.
I counted the dollars that they spent on these shows, and I understand why they charging with it.
But shows were great.
Yeah.
Even the dueling pianos and the musicians, like that guitar guy that be playing in Central Park.
Yeah.
They were good.
Right. Everybody.
They have
the
really...
orchestra. Oh, see, there's so much to talk about.
We're going to be here for hours.
The first orchestra at
like
sea.
Strings, y'all.
Orchestra. And then they weren't together. They were split on two different sides. So they
were... Talent.
Y'all. So if you're asking us, is it worth it?
It's worth it. Dude,
save
your coins and go.
I could be that guy that's like, yo, so I got on board and it was like this one. Y'all save your money, go sit down. I can't think I really...
And you honestly know that we're being honest because you saw us leading up to this cruise. You saw that we really did not want to pay the money to go and that we were actually torn for a while on whether or not we would go. So... getting there and actually being blown away by a lot of the things speaks for itself.
Yeah. Sydney, to answer your question about the length of the cruise, this is a live show, and during live stuff, you can make a mistake. So that was a mistake. So
what?
Yeah, I said that it was based off the length of the cruise because I'm trying to read comments and interact at the same time.
It does, but it is based on the length of the cruise because some ships that are only 3 or 4 days still stop at Karaoke, and they have a lower cost of Hideaway. So there's that.
See, Carla G says, what? It's $54 later this year.
Yeah, so it depends on when you go and how long your cruise actually
Yeah,
is.
it's all good. Y'all grown. Don't be so nitpicky. Damien and Quanda says, no solo staterooms.
Thank you.
Shania says, that Icon commercial had me. Yep. Catherine says, casino bar for SB. Cheryl, thank you for giving. We try to give you as much as we could. It's a lot to talk about. Rahima Bent says, any tips on cruising with kids under a year?
No, because we've never done it.
No. Just
I would say Griffin Alyssa.
do your research
And
on
do
the kids
lots
clubs
of
and what they have available.
Right.
For your needs, and just understand if the ship is going to be able to afford you the vacation that you're looking for.
That
Having
part.
a 1-year-old
Under one.
yeah. That's a tough one.
We didn't start sailing till our youngest was 7. So
Captain Hemi Torch says, I had to book Utopia back to back to make it a week-long cruise.
I
still
understand.
think Utopia will be my favorite royal ship. No outdoor screens on Icon. Booked on Utopia. February 10th through 17th, 25. Icon, May 17th.
that sounds like a deal.
25.
I like it. I feel that same way about Utopia because that was the one thing that I was like, why are they making such a ginormous ship for 4-day sailings?
Yeah. Madison says that she loves your mug that you
Oh,
have.
thank you. I got it as a gift. Thank you. I'm a coffee cup
Danisha Esther
fanatic.
says Icon is overpriced for 3 to 4 day sailings.
Yes.
JDJRN says they can watch Super Bowl on the big screen by the pool deck if Icon has one.
They do not.
Foodie says you can ask guest services about the Super Bowl.
I think the best, Icon's not doing 3 or 4 days.
Icon does not do. I was about to say that Icon does not do
because
3 or 4
it
days
honestly
sailings.
isn't. It's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No
cost
way in hell would
effective.
I pay that kind of money to go out
It's
on
not
Icon.
cost effective for the ship.
So if you did see, I think they're talking about the shakedown cruises.
Oh, for the 3 or 4 days.
So for the preview, that was a one-time deal. There will be no more
and that
previews
was
or
only
3 to 4.
for preview sailings. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no big TV, so they're gonna have to either watch it in Playmakers or if they do something in the theater or something like that.
Yeah. Shania Day says that Icon commercial had me. Some of my peeps who never cruised was eyeing it. Easy Sailing says Super Bowl in theater or Aqua Theater. It's too big a deal for just Playmakers.
They can't do it in the Aqua Theater on Icon.
Cheryl Merrill says the heck with the Super Bowl. I'm just going to turn in on halftime to see Usher.
I didn't even know who was playing.
Danielle Golden says, welcome back. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Damian Quanda says, gotcha. Stephanie says, awesome. Thanks. Need to pay off my Norwegian this month, and I'll contact you in March for 25 SAS.
Absolutely.
On the go
Absolutely.
with YOLO says, there was a wedding on this sailing.
There was.
Jameer Carter says, was each night a theme? I'll be sailing June 29th through July 6th.
Yes. And we did not know this. So Royal needs to put out there on their itineraries or in the app or somewhere. I think all cruise lines need to do this. But you don't know what night is what. There was a white night. There was a Caribbean night.
Mm-hmm.
There was another night.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember what. Because we didn't dress up for any of them. There were 2 formal nights.
Mm-mm.
One was an actual formal, and the other one was dress your best.
Yeah.
But formal night. So,
Yeah.
so there's that.
Expedition Janeo says, yay, so happy to catch a good old live. It was so great meeting you guys on Icon. It was. You have a beautiful family. So good to meet. Everybody we met was just so
Sweet.
so sweet, and had nothing but words of encouragement, and their families were just beautiful, and their spirits were beautiful. That part made the cruise for me. Authentic, 100% real people.
Yes.
That is always going to trump anything else.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Tashandra says, I'm drinking 100 proof sweet baby Moses.
See, I ain't the only one that looked at you crazy. You drinking 100 proof just to chill?
So, you know what we do with our bottles after we finish with them?
Addy turns them into flowers.
My wife turns them into little flower deals. So this is what is in my
Uncle
Stormtrooper.
Uncle Nearest has flowers. The Woodford up there has flowers.
Yeah, we have all kind of weird stuff up
The
here.
Abalore has flowers.
All right, so we're I think we can make three 3 hours straight,
Yes,
strong. We're almost there.
3
All right.
minutes. 3 minutes.
Terrence Simmons says, good evening. Just stopping by to say hello. I'm glad you had an awesome time on Icon. Looking forward to next members meeting. It's coming
Yes,
up.
it's coming soon.
Carla G says it was interesting to see how many vloggers did their room tour and didn't realize that there were more shelves and a safe behind the mirror. That's how many room tours I've seen. Stephanie says 100 proof. God dang. LOL. Cheers. Alicia Nicole says, yes, I booked with the Kids Sell free deal.
Oh, you are smart, girl.
Aslinks, let's see, JDG says, same here. I've seen numerous people so excited when they find the shelves and others who do not see them at all.
That's
if
hilarious.
If you have sailed on the edge class of celebrity, then those rooms are identical. Just to let
Or
you
even
guys
like
know.
our cabin. People didn't know that in the regular balcony that behind the mirror,
Yeah.
there's the safe and the extra shelves.
Yeah, they're pretty much identical. Aslink says, should I book with an agent versus making my reservation myself?
Okay, so here's a very popular travel agent question. Should I book with a travel advisor or should I book online? It really is not a difference. The main difference is if there's an issue with your booking, you are the one that's going to have to deal with it versus your travel advisor. And the other thing is that booking with a travel advisor will also get you certain perks, depending on which cruise line you book with. Like for us, if you book with us for certain Virgin voyages, we give you an extra $100 of a certain cabin. We give you an extra $100 of sailor loot. For Royal, sometimes it's extra onboard credit. It really depends on the cruise line that you're booking for. So sometimes a travel advisor can get you little perks like that, like maybe dinners or onboard credit. If you book online yourself, you run the risk of not getting that.
Yeah,
But the prices are legit the same.
And that's the biggest thing that we can tell you about booking with an agent, because there are a lot of misconceptions out there. Unless you own your own agency, you're not out there really making bank. Travel agents really don't make that much money. We don't get paid until
you sell.
You sell. So if you made a booking for something in 2025,
we get paid in 2025.
when you go on that sailing. We don't see none of that
Until you go on that sailing.
So, you know, it's definitely serving the customer, serving the client.
It's
You got
the
to think
customer
about
service.
the amount of emails you may send or text messages or phone calls and changes and all that stuff. Yeah, you can definitely do that yourself. But the key thing is if something happens
You
or
are responsible.
you're not familiar with how certain cruise lines work or the rules or different things in different ports, that's where you're going to miss out. But you know, shout
And
out
travel
to all the
advisors
TAs.
have insider knowledge. We know the cruise line because most of us are going to specialize in a particular cruise line, and we know the ports. So
JDJRN says if someone goes on their first cruise on the Icon, they're going to be highly disappointed when going on a next one.
true. I would not suggest this as a first cruise.
Or I would say go on your first cruise and set the standard for yourself.
I would not suggest this as a first cruise. It's way too much.
Stephanie
way
says,
too
is
much.
it worth buying the Voom? I don't plan going live, but the surf net and kids use phone. Wondering if I can get it with 3 devices added to save some coins. So
Yes.
we purchased it. I think it was actually pretty good.
It was good.
The only time that I noticed something was like when we would walk to certain areas when we were doing the live the
During
other
the
night.
live.
But I started noticing that it's kind of like it would lose a node and then jump to the next one. So depending on where the access point is, I'm getting all technical.
He's getting very techie.
Where the access point is, if you move a certain way, it just jumps to the next access point, and that's why you would see it go out and then come back in, go out and come back in. So I will say I think that they have that ship pretty well wired for Wi-Fi. Every room has a Wi-Fi access point, and it's behind the mirror on top of your
He getting real techie. I ain't even know that.
on top of your safe. It's a little white box in the closet. But yeah, I think it's worth it.
It worked for me.
If you purchase one and
You can switch
you
devices.
can switch devices. You just can't use it at the same time. So I had it one device.
We
And
both had one device, and we were able to go from phone to computer or back to phone or iPad, or you're able to switch as long as it's one device at a time. If you get the 3 devices, then you will only be able to do those 3 devices at a time.
Aslink says, oh, and if I started a reservation, can I change it to a reservation agent?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Long as it's not paid in full, you can transfer to a travel advisor. As long as, wait, I take it back, because certain cruise lines have deadlines, like 30 days or 14 days of between making that booking and being able to transfer. But as long as the major rule is if you have not paid in full. There's a form on our website if you want to switch it.
Easy Selling says, Royal don't play with production show budgets.
At all.
Sugar says, I'd love to see the show Wizard of Oz. BK
It
to the
was
fullest
great.
says, I tip my hat to y'all and other content creators. I think people making content help push these cruise lines to do something bigger and better for their guests.
Absolutely.
Or we can annoy the hell out of cruise lines.
To a point where they're
Depends
just
on
like,
how you look at it. Yeah.
it's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, it depends on how you look at it. You know, some people go negative, some people, it just depends. you
Yeah.
know.
It goes both ways.
Anitra Thomas says, what type of room did you all have? We had a balcony.
An ocean view balcony, the regular ocean view balcony.
Chandra says, my daughter wants to get on Icon or Star of the Seas for her high school graduation. She's 12.
Oh, okay, then you got some time.
Six says the shows
You
were
got some time.
phenomenal. Praising always says, Addy, I want an upgrade on 2.5. Do I need to let you know the new number since I booked with you?
Nope.
Nope.
We
Congratulations.
already got it. Yay. We get notifications automatically. So yay for you.
Carlene was on the ship but wasn't on the ship. Shout out
Right?
to her, man. I commend her for all the work she
That
did,
was
boy. She was out here in these
so
icon
creative.
streets. She says, did you make it to the EWF and Stevie Wonder tribute performance? I think it may have been in Luz.
It was not in Luz. It was an actual just regular performance night that we did not go to.
Nope.
Sorry.
Rachel says, wow, I'm sold. Shows sound like they were on point. Regina
It was in Luz.
The show
then which
was
one are we
awesome.
talking
Yep,
about?
It was in Luz.
I thought that guy was in. I thought he wasn't in Luz.
That's why I didn't say anything about it. I didn't
thought
know.
it was the
I
other
don't say.
show.
We travel, says, with our kids and have been traveling with them from 8 months. We always find things to do that include them on every cruise.
See, there you go.
Tiara says, just got home watching the replay. Thank you.
Thank you.
In my cruising era says, we'll be watching the Swifty Bowl to
Thank
see
you.
Usher.
Thank you.
Kiara's in the house saying, hey, mom and dad, good to see y'all faces back at home. What's
Hey,
going
darling.
on?
I
Anitra
cannot
says,
wait for our week or
will
cruise.
you be taking your kids on what, the Icon?
On Icon, no time soon.
Our kids are adults, so they can buy their own.
No time soon.
Regina says, in the app, if you look at the daily itineraries ahead of sailing at about the 5 p.m. mark, they tell you how to dress for each evening. That was how I knew what the themes were.
Yeah, I mean, they need to let us know that before the cruise so that we know how to pack for the cruise. Because I didn't even know there was a white night.
Michelle PJ says, so glad you guys had a great time on Icon.
Thank you. It was a blast.
Eddie says, remember Utopia is 3 or 4 day cruise out of Port Canaveral. Star will be 7 nights out of the other Port Canaveral. Icon, 7 nights out of Miami. And Allure is 3 or 4 nights out of Miami when Utopia comes out.
Look at the Eddie. I love you.
Sugar says, get a travel agent or why get a headache?
Exactly.
Eddie
Let
says,
us take
Royal
care of it for you.
is trying to cover all the basic of cruisers.
Yes.
Da-da-da-da-da. Everybody saying, yep,
Love the
yep, yep,
techie.
yep, yep. As Link says, thank you so much for the answer. I appreciate you guys been watching the videos. We'll check your websites. And we have come down to the very end of the
Thank
chat
you, guys.
today. And
We really hope we answered all your Icon questions.
Yeah, there was a lot to cover. There was a lot that we didn't get a
That
chance
we didn't even
to
get
go
to.
over.
So we may have to do a part 2. Maybe.
I don't know, man.
Maybe.
The
Possibly.
Icon is a lot.
It's a lot.
I think if you don't know what's going on the Icon by now, then you ain't know. You just.
You don't need to know. You just need to get on the ship.
But with that being said, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us. You can contact us at either one of our email addresses below.
I always point
if
the
you
wrong
have
way.
specific questions about the Icon of the Seas or something that we didn't cover. There's a lot. I told you at the beginning
It's
there was
great.
a lot to go over, so much, and we're still excited about our experience.
Yeah.
So being able to jump over and try to remember all the things. We
It's a
do have a
lot.
few videos coming out showing what we did on board the Icon. But again, man, just want to say thank you for all the almost 500 people tonight. That is a
what?
first for the channel. We've never
Thank
had
you.
this many people come in on a live and to hang out with us
Thank you
for
so
that
much.
long. We really
Yeah, because
appreciate
this was a long one.
We really appreciate it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, man, couldn't do this without you. Lots of stuff coming up. We're still on the road. 2 more to go this weekend. Brotherhood at Sea. I'll be talking to my brothers tomorrow on a Zoom call. We got that going on this weekend for Super Bowl. And then next week,
2.5.
week after that, we'll be heading off to San Juan, to Southern Caribbean on Valiant Lady, celebrating Black History Month on the only ship to have a forward-facing Black woman on the side of it.
And
with
our
that
anniversary.
being said, y'all, and our wedding anniversary. Yeah, that is coming up. Good, jeez.
And our wedding anniversary.
All right, man, order that hot honey pizza from Pizza Hut. Let's get out of here. We'll catch y'all, man. Love y'all. Have a great week, and we will see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Love you.